Hey guys, Magnus Robert here, bringing you another video, another Walking Dead wheel rewrite video. This is a paid request from I Am Bored 26, who said, I have been loving these Walking Dead wheel rewrites. My request is you do one with Laura as the protagonist. Lovely $5, but also, on top of that, another person requested Laura as well in the Axel video. That's all the Shumpert requests done, and now we're on to the Axel requests. Also, if you're going to send a request in, please do send it on the most recent wheel rewrite video. Because otherwise it gets a bit confusing for me. But yeah, we got a request from Robin Hutt as well, who said, I would love to see a wheel rewrite with Laura. I think her death was very underwhelming, and she could have been an excellent side character. So, 2 requests there, 2 people. We're doing a 2-in-1 here, but that's okay, because that's how it be sometimes. And on top of that, we're also going to be adding Franklin to the wheel rewrite as well. He's not already here, yeah. Which, of course, is Laura's like adopted father. So we add Franklin too. So we're going to be redoing the Atlanta wheelwrights, which I forgot to do last time, the Atlanta roles. So we'll redo that. On top of that, some people had asked about... well, some people didn't like the whole skip a season thing, and we could maybe do... I understand, because skipping like season 4 or 3 kind of sucks, but skipping like season 10 and 11 most people are okay with, so I don't know, maybe we could have like an alternative roll, where we roll like a 4, and we... on one result we could skip 10, one result we could skip 11, and then maybe another result we could like condense them, maybe. But I don't know, because either way we could condense them to some degree. The other thing is I could just restructure the wheel formula and just kind of skip like the Reapers or something. Maybe that would work. I think I just get bored with the whole Reaper stuff. That's what annoys me. And I think the stuff with the Whisperers as well, like just it goes on for so long. It doesn't interest me as much. Anyway, let's get into it. So we're gonna roll a d20 to discover who Laura is gonna be replacing. So Laura is gonna be replacing Louis, and Franklin is gonna be replacing Miranda. Okay. Well, that works. So that means that, I guess in the flashback, Negan found Miranda and Louis. Wait. That's so silly of me. What have I done? Franklin and... No, it doesn't really matter. Franklin and Laura. Fucking hell. Silly me. Silly me. Right. So, Franklin, Laura. There we go. That's who they replace. Right, so now we're going to roll for the rest of these people. Wait, before I do that, we need to say that... We'll say that... One of these people is going to be in the flashback, basically, and then... yeah, one of these people... Okay, we'll do a dice roll. I mean, we'll do a coin flip. Heads for Miranda, tails for Louis for being the Franklin. Well, I guess we already determined it because we said Miranda was Franklin, right? Okay. So in that case, I guess Miranda shows up in the flashback with Negan. She's the one who saves Negan. And obviously Louis gets kidnapped by the bikers. But that does mean we never see Miranda again. Also, I forgot to do this. Silly me. There's always something I forget to do, you know. There's always something when I'm planning these videos. This isn't too difficult, though. So, yeah, obviously, what I was saying, so basically, Miranda would have showed up in the Season 10 flashbacks, and yeah, that's it. That's all we see of her, because then she just sort of disappears. Presumed dead, because I imagine Franklin probably is dead, considering there was the whole thing of, like, Sanctuary only having one doctor. That's why they steal the other Dr. Carson from the hilltop. So I don't imagine Franklin is alive. So I'm just going to say Miranda, unfortunately. She's one character who's dead. Some people don't like the fact that I'm swapping out, like, I should just have more characters. And I sort of agree. I see what you're saying. But I think for instances like this, it's okay to have one character who doesn't show up in the show. And technically she did show up. She shows up in some flashbacks that I don't really go into huge detail with. So obviously with main characters, Laura and Franklin are both going to be main characters because, you know, father and daughter. And then we will determine the rest in a bit. But obviously those two are, yeah. Anyway, we're going to roll for the rest. So, Rick, first. Which season is Rick going to be showing up in? I'm going to roll a 12, because that basically means if it's a 1 to 11, obviously, if it's a 1, he's staying in this season. If it's 11, he's getting replaced with a character from season 11, and obviously anything in between. And then for 12, I'm thinking we could replace Rick with one of the random wheel things. And again, that does mean that Rick doesn't show up, but I think so be it. I think so be it, personally. We just get like another random character instead. 3. So that means we have to replace Rick with someone from season 3. So who have we got from season 3? Just these guys, really. Should we replace Rick with Hamburg? Why not? Why not? I'm doing that. I don't care. Rick is now Hamburg. That's canon. So that means Ham. We'll put Ham in the minor characters for now. Right. So, Laurie. Who does Laurie replace? 4. Someone from season 4. I just wrote Hamburg again. Who could Laurie replace? Ooh, someone from season 4. So Rick stays. It could be kind of interesting. Could maybe be Tara. Oh, actually, wait. I'm gonna say Rosita. It could be kind of funny. Rosita. Abraham's just banging Laurie instead. I kind of like that. Now Carl. Yes, this is like I'm like splitting up the family, but I think just for the more chaos, we're gonna stick with it. So Carl. Who is Carl going to replace? Oh god, it keeps going up. Someone from season 5. Maybe Enid? Yeah, why not? Why not swap those two out? So we'll go for Enid, and then we'll put Carl. He just showed up at Alexandria. He was surviving on his own. He split up from his parents. He got lost. Yeah. So Enid. And now we got Shane. 8. Oh. Shane is 8. That is interesting. So who could Shane replace? Ooh. There's not many options in season 8. Because new characters, you have Sadiq and Alden. Really, that's it. Sadiq and Alden. Those are my 2 options. I feel like a bit... Yeah, we'll go for Sadiq. Why not? So Shane is going to replace Sadiq. Both begin with S. I guess that works. Now we have the Glenn. The Glenn, not Glenn. The Glenn. He's 4 again. 4. Okay. So could be. Bob, maybe you could do Bob. Could do. I can replace them with a villain as well. That's allowed as well. I'm gonna say. Joe the Claim. Just for ultimate chaos, should we do Joe the Claimer? Why not? So Joe the Claimer is replacing Glenn. That means Glenn is going to be leading the Claimers. Merle. So we've got Merle and Daryl. And again, yes, I'm splitting up the families. But why not? 3. Season 3. Okay, so... Oh, I mean, this is too easy. Merle is just going to replace a prisoner. Should we say Tomas? Why not? Tomas doesn't get a lot of love. So, we'll replace Merle with Tomas. If this is another 3, this would be perfect. Oh, it's 11. Ooh, so Daryl is going to be replacing someone from season 11. Again, not very many options in season 11, sadly. Ooh. We could go for, maybe Frost. Frost is kind of boring, though. I'm trying to think of, like, interesting characters. I don't really know. Yeah, like, they're all Maybe even Max. I don't know. A lot of the season 11 characters to me aren't that interesting. Lance potentially could be. Um, maybe we'll just go with Frost. Fuck it, why not? Frost will do. He will suffice. Right, Andrea. Who are we gonna have? 7 for Andrea. So, wow, none of the characters so far are sticking with us. This is kind of crazy. 7 for Andrea. So, see someone from season 7. Again, there's not many options, is there? Trying to remember when season 7 starts. Ooh, could do Fat Joey. Could do Oceanside actually. To be fair, don't give a lot of love to Oceanside mainly. Maybe even Jared, or actually go with Ezekiel. You got loads of options. What am I on about? I feel like Jerry gets like a rough end of the stick a lot of the time, so why not? We'll throw in Jerry. Although I feel like I should probably maybe stick to the gender that I'm replacing. I don't know. We'll go with Nabila then, actually. Why not? Yeah, we'll have Nabila. So Andrea is replacing Nabila. Where are you, Andrea? You're going to be with Jerry now. Right. Who we got? Oh, so Amy is staying with us. So Amy is going to be staying with us, actually, which is good. I probably should update the actual wheel in a moment. Right, so Dale. Sorry, this is so... I know this whole process is a bit tedious, but it's interesting. Okay, so instantly I'm going to give Dale to Gabriel, because like I said before, I feel like Gabriel gets like the rough end of the stick a lot of the time. I think because of just where he's placed. Makes it kind of unfortunate for wheel rolls. So we got Jim. I mean Dale's, even though I don't think Dale's like, he seems pretty atheist to me. I guess Dale's running a church, or maybe he's just hiding in a church. So Jim's also 5. So yeah, why not? We'll put Jim in the hospital then, I guess. Jim will be one of the guys in the Atlanta hospital. He will be replacing Noah. Because why not? And then we've got Jackie. 3. So Jackie's replacing someone in season 3. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe Karen? Yeah, why not? We'll go with Karen. So Jackie replaces Karen. T-Dog. Who's T-Dog replacing? 3 as well, okay. And then we'll do the other one in a second. So T-Dog can replace... Ooh, who got... Not got many options left for 3. A lot of characters have been replacing characters in 3. Wait, I know, actually. T-Dog's going to be the hitchhiker. So we'll go Rush the hitchhiker. Obviously, you call him Rush there because the actor. Rest in peace. Right. Can't spell hitchhiker. Morales. 6. Okay. So Morales is replacing someone in season 6. Who could that be? Who we got? Scott. It goes from like Scott and all that, doesn't it? So Scott. Denise. Heath. I could say the Alpha Wolf. I know technically he shows up in the finale of season 5, but... actually, do you know what? We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Owen the Alpha Wolf is replacing Morales. So Morales in this universe is the leader of the wolves. That's kind of funny. I kind of like that. Right, Eliza. Where's she going? Oh, Eliza's going to season 11. Okay. Who could Eliza replace? I guess it's only really Agatha. I mean, I guess it could be Pamela. That would be kind of funny. Eliza Morales is the is the leader of the Commonwealth. I don't know. Sebastian, perhaps. Do you know what? Yeah, or Annie. I don't know. Agatha. Agatha's kind of boring. That's the problem with these season 11 characters. They're boring. Why not? Fuck it. Why not? I guess we'll go for Agatha. Wait, where was Louis again? I need to. Louis was replacing Laura, right? So he's meant to be a savior, so we'll put him here. Yeah, so Eliza's replacing Agatha, so he's with the rest. She's surviving with Terrell actually, which is kind of funny. Agatha. Right, Carol. Finally, last three. Let's get these out. So pump these out. We'll go like this. 3, 7, 2. So Carol is free. Ooh, don't know. Sasha maybe. Well, I could actually technically. I could just swap out Jackie. No, I won't do that. So season 3. Oh my god, am I gonna remember all this? This is confusing. We'll go for Sasha. Why not? So Carol is now Sasha. And what was the next one? 7. So then we have Ed is going to be someone in season 7. And again, there's not many options. Let's go for Fat Joey. Why not? Why not? Fat Joey it can be. And then we have Sophia, finally, who is season 2. So I guess Sophia can replace... I'm kind of sick of Jimmy, to be honest with you. Oh. Wait, Sophia replacing Randall. Would that make any sense? Sophia replacing Michonne as being like the katana-wielding badass. That could be kind of interesting. Sophia... I kind of like the idea of Sophia replacing Randall. But then actually it kind of turns Sophia into probably more of a victim than like a potential perpetrator. It kind of ruins the whole Randall dynamic. The options for season 2 are not great. That's my problem. Michonne is kind of interesting though. I think I'm gonna go with that. So we'll have Sophia be like, the a katana wielding menace. So this is our Atlanta group. We literally have one person from the original Atlanta group in our group, which is quite interesting. So. Yeah, so now obviously we've done all that. I need to actually type them all out. I think I'm going to decide who is the main characters. So, who we got? So I'm feeling like Laura and Franklin, they make a good dynamic. But we should probably ask who the love interest is going to be. And I guess we'll do another 20 just to determine from here. So it can't be... Well, actually, no, it can be Hamburg. So that's beautiful, actually. So... Laura's interest is Hamburg. Love interest is Hamburg. You know what? I'm already in love with this, guys. I'm already in love. This is brilliant. So Laura's love interest is Hamburg, and the rest of these, I think we need to just kind of arbitrarily. Why can't I say that word today? We need to decide who is going to be a main character. So there are no real families here. That's the problem I'm having. Which maybe swapping out families was a better idea. I don't know, but we're going to roll with it. Feeling like who's going to be our Glenn? Who feels Glenish? I feel like Noah kind of feels like a Glenn type of character. So he could be the one who saves. Obviously, Laura. We got Laura here. I guess you can kind of consider like the Carl replacement to be Franklin. In a sense, Hamburg is Laurie. Who's our Shane? Who's fighting for the love of Hamburg? Who wants Hamburg? Could it be... Maybe, I don't know. Could it be Agatha? Could it be Rosita? Maybe Rosita. So maybe we'll say Rosita. So Rosita is looking for the love of Hamburg because a military man like Abraham, very gruff. Maybe that's her type. And like I said, Noah will be our like Glenn replacement, and then of course we need our Andrea replacement, who I guess can just be Amy. Why not? Seeing as she's like the only original Atlanta camp person. And then the other main character is a Dale, so we need someone who's quite Dale-esque. Someone who could be similar to our Dale. I might just go with Gabriel, just because I'm feeling like, again, we need to give Gabriel some love. So that's what we're going to go with. So the rest of these characters need to be added. So obviously we have Enid. We have Sadiq. We have Joe. We have Tomas. We have Frost. We have Nabila. We have Karen, Russ, Owen, Agatha, Franklin. Oh, what am I doing? Sasha, Fat Joey, and Michonne. Alrightio. So finally we actually get into the first proper role. So this is the person who's getting handcuffed to the roof and being left there. Agatha. I've instantly made Agatha way more interesting. So Agatha, I guess, is being a bit reckless on the roof, okay? Maybe she's shouting some slurs, I don't know. But she's doing some reckless stuff. And Laura is like... I get also, as well, about this. Sorry, I had to cough. I think Laura probably didn't get shot necessarily. But I think her and her father was doing their little doctor thing. The doctor caravan. And eventually they decided to head into Atlanta to look for safety. And yeah, I think that's when they like found the walkers and they got helped by Noah, who's our Glenn, obviously. So they're on the roof and they end up handcuffing Agatha to the roof. Where did I put Agatha? Yeah, so Agatha's going to be on Merle, which is very interesting. Now, does Guillermo come with the group? So we'll do a little head flip. Heads, yes. Tails, no. So Guillermo unfortunately dies. Now we've got the Morgan and Dwayne role. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. So I guess maybe before the heading into the city, I guess they went through Kings County and they came across Morgan and Dwayne. Probably both. Maybe not both Franklin and Laura. Maybe Laura got split up from her father and she was trying to like find him again, and maybe that's he shows up at the Atlanta camp. So before that, I guess she runs into Morgan and Dwayne. So that's the Morgan and Dwayne role. 1, same as normal. Dwayne is dead. Okay, so same as normal. So Dwayne is dead in this rewrite. So goodbye, Dwayne. See you later. Right. So Morgan, of course, then is missing for a bit. Now we've got the Ed death. So who gets killed during the Atlanta camp attack? He's getting beaten up in the tent. So Sasha. Ooh. Okay. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe Sasha. What we could say? Sasha pissed off Arshane. Arshane is Rosita. Yeah, I think that could work. So maybe Sasha made some comment about like Rosita was like, why are you so bothered about getting with that Hamburg guy, okay? He's not even that attractive. He's pretty old. Maybe that pissed off Rosita so much. She started beating up Sasha. And so Sasha is in her tent getting beaten up, or is all beaten up in her tent. And then she opens the tent to be like, who's knocking on my tent? And then she gets attacked and killed. Yikes. Goodbye, Sasha. Now we've got the Amy death. Okay. Who's getting bitten on the arm when leaving the tent asking for toilet paper? No! I hate this already, guys. The poor hitchhiker. Okay. Russ the hitchhiker. Russ the hitch is gone. Already. Snuffed out like a light. Anyway, Jim's death. Who gets Jim's death? Bro. So Joe. So I guess in this universe, Joe's not such a bad guy. He's kind of cool. He's a nice enough guy. But he gets bitten, and he's left there on the side of the road. We lose Joe already. R.I.P. Joe. Right. So who goes to leave to look for family? Now, I think this is only going to be one person, really. Because ultimately, unless there's no like families here. So Karen's got 2 N's in her name, which is kind of cool. And look at that, it's her. So Karen is going to look for a family. Okay. So that means that she's going to leave on her own. And she is going to head back in Season 8. Where we'll see her once more. When she's revealed to have joined the Saviors. Very odd. Right. Have you added Dr. Jenna? No, I haven't. So... now we need to do CDC explosion, which is good fun. So roll a d4. Oh. Well, that kind of makes up for all the characters that we've. Oh my god! So Sadiq is going to be going. R.I.P. Sadiq. Enid as well. Oh no. Tomas. Oh, Jesus. And finally, yeah, it had to be. It had to be. It had to be Dr. Jenner. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna say that the story that Dr. Jenner tells about the scientists, like all opting out and abandoning their position. I'm still very sick. I do apologize, but yeah, the story that Dr. Jenner tells kind of inspires Sadiq to stay behind, along with Enid. So I think Enid, obviously, she would be quite young back then, but I think she kind of is like, she refuses to go. She wants to end her suffering. She agrees with Dr. Jenner, and so she stays. But I think like everyone leaves, but I feel like Tomas is like that one noble guy because he's trying to make up for like the shit he did in his past. Maybe he was a murderer or something, so he's trying to like make up for his past or something, and so he's kind of being like a little bit of a knight in shining armor, trying to save Enid. But then it's just like maybe he gets to convince her, and they're like trying to escape the CDC, whilst Jenna and Sadiq stay behind. But it's too late, and they're both killed. So, yeah, we'll go with that. And then the rest of the group head off on their way. So we've got Laura with her beautiful Hamburg. We've got Franklin, her father, who definitely approves of this relationship. No weird... Actually, that's a point. Real quick. I need to probably check. What would Laura's age have been? Early... It's a bit yikesy, Ham. I can't argue with that. It's a bit yikesy, but fair enough, man. Fair enough. It's the apocalypse, I guess. Still technically legal, so it's okay. Right. Anyway, well, it's not. It's not. It's a bit weird, but 32. So this is our chaos roll. So along the corridor, down the stairs. A bad storm hurts the community, and they lose 2 minor characters. Okay, we can do that in a bit. I think we'll do the bad storm. Maybe just before we do. 2 minor characters. Bad storm hurts the community. Because we've got no community at the moment. We're on the road. But we could have we could do bad storm. So on our way to... Oh, this is already awful, isn't it? On our way to Fort Benning. I guess that's where we're going, right? Is that where the characters were planning to go? I don't even remember. Yeah, we're going to Fort Benning. Who came up with that idea? I guess Ham came up with that idea because he's a military man. We're going to be losing 2 minor characters because of a bad storm whilst we're on the road. So we're going to lose Owen the Alpha Wolf already. This feels awful. And on top of that, we're going to lose... So this is like the start of the season out on an absolute depressing note. Big bad storm. Oh, and Nabila. Damn. So there's a big bad storm. Maybe like a car gets toppled. One of the cars gets toppled over. Maybe it's the RV that gets toppled over, and these people like just killed in the because of the terrible storm or the effects. Or maybe one of them's crushed and then one of them like dies from like hypothermia or something because they're like exposed to some a lot of cold water and the elements and all that. Something like that. So to really start the season off on a depressing note, we lose 2 characters. So our group is even more fractured. Kind of making this like suicide pact that these guys came up with. Kind of giving that almost some validity. So they're kind of feeling like that was maybe, that was the right call after all. And then on top of that, someone's getting shot. Oh my god. So on top of that, young Frost is going to get shot. And so Laura is like, I'm not going to let another member of, we're not going to let another another person of my, another group member die, is what she's trying to say. Right, okay. So we're getting Trooper Baker as well. So Baker is going to be joining our group along the way. Very fun. Oh, hang on. Need to find the picture. So, this guy who we see the side of his head, he finds us on the road. So, after the storm, we find Baker. He's surviving on his own. So he joins our group for a little bit. And then Frost is shot. So then we're rushing. So which Green family member was the one who shot poor old Frost? Who we've now decided, because he's just a young man after all. All of our group members are desperately trying to get him to a safety. It was Otis. Okay, so Otis is just getting his normal death. Sorry, Otis. See you later. And then we can add these guys to the wheel. I'm going to add them here. Who gets lost? Because if it's a Green family member, I think I'm okay with that. Oh, God. So Beth in this universe is going to be getting lost. So after the commotion... So I'm going to say, yeah, Beth and Otis, they went out shooting. Otis was helping Beth to learn how to shoot because maybe Beth wanted to. Much to the chagrin of Herschel, right? And then he shot Frost by accident. And Beth obviously got lost, got split up from Beth later on. Now, Beth got bitten whilst she was trying to make her way back to the farm. She got attacked, she got bitten. And fearing that like another... She didn't want to like break the news to her dad. And maybe this is all like discovered in a flashback, okay? She didn't want to break the news to her father and her sister and her boyfriend. So, Beth snuck into the farm at night as she was like having her fever, obviously, because she was bitten. And she climbed into the rafters of the barn. And then she sort of waited. And then, of course, she sat there with her legs dangling off the barn. And eventually Beth died. And then when she reanimated, she fell into place in the barn. So that's what Beth did. And we discovered that in a flashback. And we kind of... But this whole time, of course, Laura feels like some obligation because, yes, Frost was shot. But this poor, like, young farmer's daughter has now gone missing as a result of those things. And yes, it was Otis's mistake. But she feels like she needs to help this man find his daughter. So that's what we're going to go with. It's a bit different to how it obviously plays out in the main show. But I think it kind of works. Anyway, who's going to be killing our Otis? I've got an awful cough, so I do apologise. I'm trying my best to do it regardless. Amy, okay. So a lot of female on female violence here is all I'm seeing. So Amy kills our Otis stand-in. Very interesting. So I guess obviously they need to get maybe Laura. Obviously Franklin is a doctor, right? So I guess Herschel is probably more concerned about his missing daughter, who, spoiler alert, is going to be dead. And so maybe Herschel's not really treating as much. Maybe it's more Franklin who's treating Frost. But obviously they need the equipment. So Herschel's got the equipment, but then obviously they need more stuff. So Otis volunteers to takes Amy with him. And Amy, being pretty sadistic, she ends up killing Otis, leaving him there. And then he gets eaten, and then she brings back the supplies. Anyway, he's going to be getting the Dale's death. So obviously they have a confrontation after Otis dies. Maybe they go get Herschel. Well, actually, not just that. They find Beth in the barn, of course. So Beth's in the barn. I'm gonna say Laura. Yeah, Laura puts Beth down after they've been looking for Beth for all this time. Obviously, Herschel sulks, goes to the bar, and Laura and I don't know. I guess Laura maybe Noah. Laura and Noah go to get Herschel back, and that's of course when And I guess actually, yeah, Laura and Noah are probably a thing. I mean, not Laura and Noah. Laura and Noah and Maggie are probably a thing. But yeah, so they of course bring Randall back after the shootout with Dave and Tony's people with the living, and then this character was preaching for no Randall killing, please. Okay. Well, actually, I guess no. I think what we'll probably do is Amy. Okay, Amy tries to kill Randall herself. Okay, but then she's caught off guard by a walker that I guess Franklin was experimenting on. Franklin was experimenting on a walker because he believes he can maybe cure this thing one day. And then that walker gets free and attacks Amy, who at the time was trying to execute Randall. So yeah, we're gonna go with that. So Amy gets the Dale death, but it's reimagined. And then Randall, I'm gonna say Randall gets free, and then obviously he's trying to get back to his group. He makes his intentions pretty clear. He wants to get back to his group to obviously take out the people of the farm. So it's a bit different now in this scenario. We're trying to track and kill Randall before he escapes. That's what we're doing. So which character is able to do that? Gabriel. Okay. We said he's kind of like our Dale. So I guess this whole time Gabriel's been like the preacher or something. He's been like the preacher of peace. But I guess maybe Randall has Laura at like gunpoint or something, or a knife point. He's about to kill her, and Gabriel finally, his character arc this season, obviously he's been preaching peace this entire time. He's the one who puts down Randall. And then which main character of course dies? Oh. Do I like that? I guess we'll go with it. So Noah, during the fight for Randall. We'll tell you what we'll do. We'll say that Randall kills Noah. So obviously Randall's getting away. We're trying to get Randall. He's able to overpower Noah, and he kills Noah. And then, of course, Gabriel then takes out Randall. That's how we'll do it. So if we completely reimagined it now, the whole Randall situation, it's because he gets, he escapes. But we're able to kill Randall. But unfortunately, he does take out Noah. Big sad. Anyway. Now we got a herd attack. Not gonna lie, one of these characters needs to be upgraded, but we'll do that later. We got a herd attack. So, how many characters are dying in the herd attack? 1. Okay. So, who's the unlucky one person who dies in the herd attack? Oh, it's Patricia. Well, I guess she just gets the same death as always, although there's no Beth this time, so I don't know. Maybe she's running away with Maggie. She's running away with Maggie, and then she gets grabbed by some walkers and devoured in front of Maggie. And then who is going to be getting separated and meeting Michonne? But it's not Michonne. Who's on Michonne again? Sophia. Who is getting saved by Sophia? Baker. Okay, so instantly Baker is going to be a main character now, which is funny. As is Sophia, who's now our stand-in Michonne. So Baker, he gets separated. The rest of the group abandon him. I guess because he's new. That's probably why. He gets abandoned, and then he's saved by Sophia, who has a katana. It's very cool. So there we are. So we've added Sophia, aka Michonne. And now we got another chaos roll. So let's go. 31. So along the corridor, down the stairs. A hurricane. Oh, God. We had a fucking storm. Now we got a hurricane. Oh, no. So there's a hurricane. We're really going for natural disasters to start the season off. 1 minor death. And one of these characters needs to be upgraded. So I'm going to say Maggie. I think Maggie should be upgraded. Technically, there's 9 main characters. Obviously, one of those is Merle. Or a Merle stand-in. So we can have one more, I think. Well, no, we can't. Hey, yeah, we can't have one more because obviously our good old Agatha, one-handed Agatha, is gonna come in as our governor, not governor, Merle stand-in. So I guess our minor death. Wait, no, that's minor. That's major. Our minor death will have to be here. So who's gonna die in the hurricane? Frost. After all that, after fighting for Frost's life, saving his little life. Wait, I rolled wrong. Oh no, Frost should never have been shot because he's not a main character. Oh well, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Frost, after saving his life, we lose Frost in a hurricane. You know, the reason why we even came to the farm. So all hope is lost. Real low point of the season, you know, to start the season off with. And then, of course, we find the prison and we go to fight for the prison. But who loses a leg? Now, season 3, Herschel's upgraded to a main character. So I think I've been rolling this wrong the whole time. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like Herschel is, yeah, he is a main character cast. Anyway, so who's going to be losing a leg? He's going to be a main character this time. Gabriel. Oh, shit, okay. So Gabriel's losing a leg. One-legged Gabriel. One-legged Gabriel. Now, we've got the prisoners. Now, someone suggested this, and I think this is probably a good idea. So instead of just rolling the 3 prisoners, to make it a bit more interesting, we're going to determine who's evil and who's not. So, Oscar, Andrew, Axel. But we got what? Wait. I've had 2 Andrews. But we've not got a Tomas anymore. Oscar, am I missing one? Big Tiny. Big Tiny. But there is no Tomas. Oh, sugar. There is no Tomas. We, of course, instead have... Wait. Merle. That was it. So Merle is our Tomas replacement. So those are our 5 prisoners. So, of course, we're chopping off Gabriel's leg. The holy shit moment. As, of course, we've got Laura, Ham, Franklin, all of them in there. So... Who is... Oh, wrong one. Who is going to be our Big Tiny Death first? Oh, no. Poor Merle. Merle does get the short of things, doesn't he? So Merle is our Big Tiny Death. So he gets scratched whilst they're trying to steal the cell block. Trying to take back the cell block. One of the cell blocks. Clear a cell block. And in this universe, our Tomas is Big Tiny. Big Tiny. Probably the most innocent guy of the prisoners. Or at least he seemed that way. Is our Tomas. So he, of course, Merle gets scratched. Big Tiny has an opportunity to kill the racist guy. And you can't really blame Big Tiny for doing that. But that does mean that Big Tiny is our unhinged leader of this group. And then, of course... Wait, what? That doesn't... Ignore that. Who then is going to be our Andrew? So who defends Big Tiny when, of course, this character takes out Big Tiny? That can be Laura, because obviously it can't be Sophia. So, yeah, of course, Big Tiny is like... tries to kill Laura, and Laura's like, I get it. Shit happens. And Big Tiny's like looking at her, you know, and then she puts them... Could she even reach Big Tiny? That guy was like 7 foot tall. I guess she jumps up and she machete kills him. Big Tiny falls to the ground. And then this character, Andrew. Okay, so Andrew's the same. Andrew goes running. So that means... I said I wanted to switch things up, and we end up with the same 2 prisoners. Yeah, there we go. This is how it be. Of course, Andrew goes running off. So... Now we have the lorry death. So, of course, Andrew gets his revenge. Wait, I never did the chaos roll. Fuck, I forgot to do it. Got to add an extra person. Listen, I guess this guy can just Baltimore shelter. I guess this person can just kind of show up. Maybe not show up. Well, actually, maybe this person can't be Gareth because he's already a character. Nora from Tales. From Devon. I didn't even remember this guy. This guy, lady. Okay. Nora it is. Oh, right. Nora it is. So Nora, she's from Devon, right? So she's part of one of those communities, right? Oh, she was the. Oh, I see. She was the main woman in it. I remember her. Okay, so Nora has joined our group. To be fair, she could just be in Woodbury, maybe, actually, seeing as we're now switching to Woodbury. Let's go for that. So Nora is in Woodbury and befriends. Who is it? Sophia. I keep bloody forgetting. It's Sophia and Baker, isn't it? I guess befriends Baker. So in this universe, wait, we need to do the lorry death. We'll do that and we'll talk about Woodbury in a minute. Oh. Now, I did say Franklin was kind of like our Carl, but I don't want to give him immunity. So I think, maybe Laura. Maybe this whole time, guys, when Laura killed Big Tiny, she was 9 months pregnant with Hamburg child. Fuck it, that's what we're going with. Twisted. Did you see that one coming? No, you didn't. Laura was pregnant with Hamburg's child, little Ham Jr. Okay, little bit of bacon. Okay, and I'm gonna say that basically what happens is Laura gives birth. Walkers are, of course, Ham's nowhere to be seen. It's just her and her father. Okay, and obviously Franklin being a doctor, he's able to deliver the child, little Hamburg, little Bacon. We'll call her Bacon Girl. No. What's a small ham? I don't know. Like ham. I don't know. Call her Bacon. Judith. Bacon Burke. AKA Judith. Okay, so Bacon Burke is born. Laura Burke, she married Hamburg between the flashback. Okay, so Laura Burke is gives birth, but poor Franklin, I think, sacrifices himself to sort of distract the walkers, because like the walkers are gonna knock down the doors and they're gonna get to the baby and his both his daughter and his granddaughter. So Franklin does what any true father would do, and he sacrifices himself for his family. Wow, that is some crazy storytelling, I may say. I'm joking. Anyway, I need to add the bloody prisoners. Big Tiny died. Merle died. And Andrew is about to die. Right, who's going to be killing... Oh, wait, we've got T-Dog as well. Who gets the T-Dog death in this universe? Michonne. Wow. So I guess Michonne was... Oh, I need to remove Franklin. I guess Michonne was looking after... I don't know. Michonne gets bitten, basically. And then she self-sacrifices herself for someone. Who could it be? Maggie, maybe? Yeah, why not? She self-sacrifices herself for Maggie. So Michonne gets the T-Dog death. Wow. Devoured by walkers protecting Maggie, we'll say. And then who kills Andrew? Who takes out Andrew? Oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. It's Axel. So in this universe, Axel comes to help fix the alarms that are going off with Laura. Well, I guess, would it be Laura? I guess it could be. Who was he going with? Who was he fixing the alarms with? Well, that doesn't make sense. She's not here right now. We'll say Laura. So as soon as Laura had given birth, Absolute, absolute feminist icon she is. She hands the baby off to, I don't fucking know, Herschel. She's like, look after this baby. She fucking walks up and she's like, I need to sort these alarms out. Come on, Axel. And then, of course, she gets overpowered pretty easily because, you know, she's just given birth, to be fair. So, makes sense. And then, of course, Axel ends up picking up the gun and putting down Andrew for good. So, R.I.P. R.I.P. Andrew. But you took out Michonne. We can now add Judith. Did I add Judith? Yeah, she's there. Little Bacon Burke. Now, does God Julio reform and join the group? I'm just gonna say no for this. I'm kind of bored of the God Julio meme. Okay, I'm sorry. God Julio is killed, and it's just too funny to think that God Julio is murdered by one-handed Agatha. I don't know why. I kind of like that. So one-handed Agatha kills God Julio. She says, "Do you hear that bird over there, God Julio?" You know, it's kind of seeing as Agatha gets like overpowered in the woods, fucking randomly. Like she isn't a survivor. Like Maggie describes Agatha as, and obviously the rest of her group as like elite fighters who are like, you know, like tanks, like weapons. Like they're the best fighters she's ever seen. And Agatha gets taken out by some fucking walkers in the woods. Pretty insane. But yeah. So God Julio just gets taken out by her. I don't care anymore. I'm not doing the God Julio meme anymore. If enough people protest, maybe I'll bring it back. Who then gets kidnapped by Merle? Okay, I completely forgot about the whole love triangle I set up, but I guess that's been going on this whole time. Maybe they fought it out at the end of season 2, Laura and Rosita. Maybe Rosita agreed to back off Hamburg. Who else gets kidnapped though? Oh, that's too perfect. Maybe there's a little affair going on. So they're looking for supplies for the baby. Did I just remove? I didn't I? Oh, silly me. We'll add another Laura. ×2. Okay. That's too perfect. So they're looking for baby supplies, but maybe they're going like solo. They're both solo looking for supplies. But of course, they then end up going to the same place and they agree to like stay apart from each other. So, because, you know, there was some feelings there, of course. Hamburg, you know, being a little raunchy man, you know, he wanted more than one woman, but he decided to settle with Laura. And so him and Rosita are like, we agreed to stay apart, etc., etc. And both of them end up getting kidnapped by Agatha, who's got one hand. And so Agatha brings them back to Woodbury. But of course, Sophia, who had an argument with Baker, because Baker's been hooking up with the oh my god, are you hearing this? Baker's been hooking up with the governor. Sophia was not too happy about that. Maybe the governor tried to kind of adopt Sophia almost as like a surrogate daughter, but Sophia was having none of it. So this little 12-year-old with a katana left Woodbury, was hunted by Agatha, got outclassed by the 12-year-old. So then Agatha got mad, crashed out, and kidnapped Hamburg and Rosita. And then, of course, Sophia then shows up at the prison. And Laura's like, who the hell's this child? She takes her in. And then Sophia explains everything that's happened. Obviously, they don't know Sophia in this universe, but they agree to go and reclaim. Well, obviously, get Hamburg and Rosita back. But you know, Laura's a little pissed off because of the implication that they've been cheating. So anyway, who gets the Oscar death in the rescue? Oh, sorry, Oscar. Oscar just gets the Oscar death. Very sad. So Oscar's killed in the rescue mission, same as he's normally killed. Big sad. Where are you, Oscar? Sorry, you're gone. And then add the handcuff person. So of course now we can add Agatha. So during the maybe Agatha's forced to fight someone to the death. Laura. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it could be Laura. Or maybe it could be Ham. But basically, someone else gets killed. Yeah, we'll say it could be Laura. So Laura and Agatha reunite, of course, because Sophia didn't quite fully disclose who, who Agatha was, and I guess the others though, the people who were kidnapped, would have figured out who Agatha was. So I don't know. Maybe instead, it's more the case. Maybe it could be someone different. I don't know. There's no big impact because there's like no one that Agatha really cares for. So we'll just say it's Laura. Fuck it. So Laura and Agatha are forced to fight to the death, but then of course they get rescued. They escape the Woodbury, and they go on them anyway. And then we'll add Milton to the man character wheel. So who's getting the Axel death? So of course the governor, being very pissed off, lying to his boyfriend Baker, goes to attack the prison. That's not happening. Immunity for little Bacon Burke. Also, I spelled Judith wrong. Bacon Burke gets immunity, so that's not happening. Right, it happened twice, so no one. No one is getting killed, or I couldn't roll for a mean. Nah, we won't. No one. No one's getting the Axel. The governor just puts the walkers through. There is no Axel death. Maybe he shoots. Maybe he like injures somewhat. Maybe he injures Fat Joey, who's just kind of been there the whole time. I don't really know what Fat Joey's done. He's not really done anything. Anyway, do they pick up the hitchhiker? And in this universe, the hitchhiker is who again? Is it T-Dog, I think? Yeah. So do they pick up T-Dog? Heads, yes. Yes! Oh, hell yeah. So they pick up T-Dog. He's like, thanks for picking me up, guys. T-Dog's been picked up. We bring him back to the prison. After, of course, we meet Morgan for a bit. And he's going a bit crazy. So, yikes. Cool. Okay. I put all these guys in the wrong place, didn't I? How did I do that? Why did I put... How have I done that this whole time? Huh? Don't know how I've done that, you know. Wait, Karen didn't die though, did she? She left. She went to look for family. I've just confused. I've massively confused myself. It's already a disaster. This rewrite's a disaster. I apologize. Okay, I'm really ill, so that's part of the problem. But T-Dog. So T-Dog's been picked up. We've now added him, and we picked him up. So Merle's death. Who's going to be getting Merle's death? So who self-sacrifices themselves? Oh, already? Poor Baker, man. So Baker, I guess, discovers what the governor is doing, and he attempts to take the governor out before, obviously, the plan for Sophia can go ahead. The governor has some weird, sick game where he wants to, like, I don't know. No, it's not Sophia he wants. He'll want... Yeah, he will want Sophia. So he wants Sophia. I guess Sophia's killed Penny. He wants Sophia to, like, I don't know, his nude zombie daughter. So he wants to turn her into a zombie and, like, brush her hair and shit. Some weird psycho stuff. So, of course, Baker figures all this out and obviously wanting to keep Sophia safe. Because instead of, like, a friendship, he's more got, like, a big brotherly kind of bond to Sophia. Even though Sophia did save his life. So he decides to attack the governor first. The governor then kills his lover Baker, shoots him in the chest. Very sad, very sad. Now, does Shumpert reform? Tails. Oh, it's an odd number. Let's do numbers. Whoop. Does Shumpert reform? Even number? Yes. Yes. Shumpert does reform. And does Hamburg reform? Tails, yes. Okay. So, we've got both Shumpert coming. And Hamburg, who isn't actually Hamburg in this rewrite, of course. Because Hamburg is, I think, Rick, right? Is Hamburg Rick? Yes. So both Shumper and Rick are inspired and join the group after the brave heroic acts that Baker did. They're like, Baker told us all about your group, the governor. He's pretty psycho. He had some weird plan for Sophia. We're not too cool with that. Kind of a bit gross. So they both decide to join the group, and maybe even Rick's like, I've got a son out there, Carl. I'm looking for Carl. Have you seen Carl and my wife Laurie? You know, he's saying that, and they're like, yeah, no, we've not seen anyone like that. Sorry. Yikes. Anyway, moving on. We of course have the finale for season 4. How many deaths are we having? 3. Oh. So first off, we'll do the Milton death. So who is getting Miltonized? Milton is getting his death. Okay, well that works. So Milton's getting Miltoned. Milton has his same death. And then I think one of these characters is going to have the Andrea treatment. Oh, okay. Maggie is getting the Andrea treatment. Oh. Didn't I say before that Maggie might have been on the rescue mission, maybe? I don't know. But she was, I guess, kidnapped by the governor. And he, of course, was trying to, like, interrogate her. Listen, if it lands on fucking Bacon Burke again, that's cancelling out one death. So there we go. I don't care. It's cancelling out the death. So in this universe, yeah, I guess Maggie is kidnapped by the governor, and he's like torturing her for information. Milton tries to free her, so the governor stabs and kills Milton. And then, yeah, we'll go with that. And then, of course, slowly Milton turns and kills Maggie, and then the governor's mission, attack on the prison, just fails like it normally does. And, of course, that then results in Laura feeling sad for all the poor, whatchamacallit, not prisoners, Woodbury people. So she ends up bringing all of them in to the prison. Very sad. Very sad. Very epic finale. Did I even add Nora? Oh, my God. Didn't even add Nora, did I? Stupid me. Right. So what else have we got to do? I'm trying to think what else. What do I need to do? Milton. I need to remove Milton. He's dead. That was what I was trying to remember to do. Okay. I've added Tyrese and Sasha. And we're going to do Chaos Roll for Season 4. 64. Okay. 64. Someone gets the pig flu from Season 4. It is Season 4. Roll a minor for the who gets sick, and then roll a d12 for how many they infect and kill. So that basically means we're doing the pig flu times 2, basically. Pig flu times 2. Great. Okay. Right. Someone gets the pig flu for Season 4. Roll a minor character to kill. So we'll do that. We'll see who gets sick on top of Patrick, obviously the normal person getting sick. Fat Joey. Fat Joey's been there since Season 1 though, right? I feel like I don't want it to be Fat Joey. Listen, because Fat Joey's the main character now. Did you know? Fat Joey's been made main character because he needs to be. And I think Herschel's also going to be main character too. Is that too many main characters? Season 4, there's 8 main characters. Does that include anyone specific? No. That's fine, because obviously you got 2 Lauras. So, yeah. So, which minor characters getting the pig flu? Oh, Tyrese. Okay. Tyrese, I'm sorry. You're getting extra sick. Okay, so. And then we have to roll a D. Was it D12? Oh, wait, I need to think again. What was it? A D12 for how many they infect / kill. Oh, okay. Ah, perfect. Just one person. We'll roll for that in a second. Basically, we're just doing. He kills one extra person. But I think I kind of want to roll like after we add everyone else personally. So let me add these guys. Ooh. And then what we'll do is we'll roll. So this is the extra person that Tyrese. So Tyrese gets sick with the flu on top of Patrick. So he dies. He kills Julio. Very sad. So literally nothing big. The only big thing is that we enter the season with not only this new character Patrick dying from the flu, but also from Tyrese coughing and dying from the flu. And then Tyrese ends up taking up Julio, which is like no different than Patrick taking out Greg, who was obviously the guy that was sleeping that Patrick attacks. So, you know, like Julio is like a nothing character. So that kind of works anyway. Rightio, and on top of that, we need an extra person that we've, of course, brought into the fold. An extra person that's joined the community. What the hell is this? Lines draw. Oh, yeah, it's a chapter of Typhoon. I've recently read this. Should we have, we could have Wong Fa. Should we have Wong Fa? Why not? We'll add Wong Fa. So this is Wong Fa. He is a, like a military guy. Well, he wasn't. I think he was dismissed. I believe I remember from the novel. Anyway, basically, you have Wong Fa is like the second in command of the main military guy in Typhoon. I can't fucking think of his name now. Windmaster. He's like the Windmaster. Is it Windmaster? Secretary Go. There's Secretary Go, and then there's. Who is he? Wang Fa is, Falcon Commando Unit, yeah. He's a Windrunner, yeah. Lieutenant, and then he kind of becomes the Defense Master for a bit, yeah. Okay, we'll go for him. Why not? So Wang Fa has joined the group as well. This random Chinese military guy. That's how he spells it, Wang Fa. Wang Fa, yeah. Okay. So Wang Fa has joined our group. Rightio. So we've had the first lot of the prison flu, but obviously that's gonna not actually technically happen yet because we have the Zach death. So who gets crushed, bitten by a walker, and then crushed by a helicopter? Oh, how unlucky! It just goes to Zach. So Zach is getting his death. Wow. His same death. Stunning and brave. Where are you, Zach? I'm skipping the Clara thing personally. I don't really like it. So Clara is just going crazy and she stabs herself anyway, and I guess Laura witnesses it. And then we've got the Karen death. So on top of all the deaths, all the flu deaths, we have an extra flu. So of course Tyrese dies and attacks Julio, and obviously Patrick would have died. Oh no! And so Mika got sick with the flu. A child got sick. Mika and David. Who killed Mika and David? So who killed Mika? Oh no, Rosita! No, we put this love triangle behind us, and then Rosita decides to go along murder a child. Crazy. Okay, so. Mika got sick, was killed by Rosita, and I guess Laura finds out and exiles Rosita. I mean, I kind of like that as well, because Rosita could be like, it's just about, you know, the Hamburg rivalry, but Laura's like, you know, it's not about that. It's not about that, Laura. I lost my father. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about like the no scene you were it was like no with Laura but then she would know about her father, but maybe she could do it whilst it was happening, whilst he was sacrificing himself. Anyway, back to season 4. Sorry, a bit of a tangent there. Yeah, so Laura probably finds out about it and exiles Rosita, maybe they've kind of reconciled, in these few months. So it's quite, it's quite sad for Paul. For Paul, it's easy to be exiled that way, but there you go. She's exiled from the prison for a bit. Kicked. KO. Represent kicked out. Martinez. I don't know if I care about Martinez that much. And we'll do it anyway. 4. Helps the governor, but has a change of heart mid-battle. Oh, okay, so Martinez will be joining our group, that means. So that's kind of cool. So Martinez will be joining our group. Step right up, Martinez. Now, who did Jackie replace again? I don't even remember. Jackie replaces Cat. Oh. Silly me. Ignore that. Wait, as well, there is no Sasha. It's Carol. Silly me. Because I just copy and paste. So, yeah, Carol. Oh, yeah, shit. Fucking mind blown. I guess before Sophia came back to the prison, Carol showed up with Tyrese. And then, of course, just missed her daughter by an inch. And then later, when they brought everyone into the prison, it was like, oh my god, that's my mum. So, yeah, Carol's back as well. They had their reunion. I forgot about that. And then on top of that, of course, you have Jackie, who is replacing Karen. So I guess Jackie and Tyrese were a thing, maybe. Doesn't really matter because Tyrese then gets sick and dies. But there you go. There it be. Anyway, Martinez has a change of heart. Cool. Alright, now we've got the Herschel death. So, who's getting Herschel death? This is a big one. Let's see. He's basically done fuck all. But okay. Fat Joey, season 1 character, been there for a while, is decapitated by Herschel. By Herschel? By the governor. Very sad. So now we have to add... Do you know what? We're just adding Tara. Lily can just get Lily's death, okay? I'm done with Lily. She's boring me now. So Tara is added to our minor characters. Of course, Martinez has a change of heart mid-battle, so he joins us. Tara's done. Now we've got the Julio death. So who is shot and killed sniping the governor's militia like a hero? Oh, do you know what? I think that kind of works. So Martinez turns on the governor mid-battle, but then is taken out by the rest of the governor's forces. And then who kills Martinez? I mean, not Martinez, the governor, sorry. Listen, it's too close to Agatha, one-handed Agatha, for it not to be her. So Agatha is the person who takes out the governor. Revenge from the governor's former right-hand woman. Then takes out the governor for good. Very, very epic. Very epic. Very, very epic indeed. Yeah, we're just going to give Lily the same death. I'm bored of Lily, personally. So, yeah. And then, of course, we have Lizzie. Right, so who's going to be getting kidnapped by... Now, this actually has to be a minor character and gets to be a major character. So, which minor character is getting kidnapped? Nora? It's like the most boring character ever. I don't even remember Nora that much. But, yeah, Nora gets kidnapped. Oh, no, not Nora. So, Nora is kidnapped. And, of course, Rosita comes back and saves little Bacon Burke. Which I kind of like, actually. You know, her saving Bacon Burke. That works out, because obviously with the whole love triangle dynamic. And then, so, Nora's getting kidnapped, which means Nora gets to become a main character. Woo, amazing. Everyone's favourite. And then on top of that, we'll elevate a new person next season, obviously, as well. But anyway, we've got to add our cure team. Of course, that is Abraham. Not Rosita. Eugene and Laurie. And why not have Rick discover it? Rick's like, Laurie? He's on the road. Yeah, maybe Rick like faints. Or maybe Rick faints on the road after with Tara. I hope you enjoyed the show, asshole. Maybe it's Rick and someone else who got sick. I don't know. Maybe it could be Herschel. Yeah, Herschel. Hope you enjoy the show, asshole. And Abraham shows up with Laurie by his side, and Rick's like, Laurie, Laurie. Yeah, she's banging Abraham. Very awkward. I don't know what happens in that story arc. Who knows? Anyway, who gets killed by Lizzie? Axel. Has that happened before? Wow. So Axel made it out of the prison alive, and then he's taken out by a child. Very sad. So Lizzie kills Axel, saying that he'll come back. And then who then takes out Lizzie? Who's forced to tell Lizzie to look at the flowers? Sophia. I kind of like that. I like that. So Sophia tells Lizzie to look at the flowers, then puts the katana in the back of her head. Why not? So Lizzie, R.I.P. You took out Axel, man. And now who kills Joe? No, it's not Joe in our universe. It's Glenn. So Glenn leads the claimers in our universe. So who takes out Glenn after he tries to assault, I don't know, someone? Maybe it's Laura. Who takes out Glenn? Glenn's dark in this universe. We don't like him. Oh, that's kind of beautiful. Herschel kills Glenn. Herschel kills Glenn. Oh my god. That's crazy. Now, Herschel's going to be pretty depressed. I didn't really speak about this, did I? The fact that Herschel lost... I talked about the Beth death, but he, of course, then lost Maggie as well in the finale of Season 3. So I guess they broke that news to Herschel, and yeah, he would have been fucking devastated. Lost both of his children, but I guess he's probably adopted Jimmy. It's kind of like a surrogate son. I mean, this has happened before, but that's probably what's happened. But maybe, maybe they're threatening. Maybe Glenn's threatening to do terrible things to Jimmy, and that's why Herschel bites out Glenn's throat. I kind of like that. I think that works. Anyway, by the end of the season, of course, everyone is stuck in a train car, apart from Nora, who's obviously kidnapped. And we'll say... Who should we say? I guess Rosita. Yeah, why not? Rosita along with Bacon Burke and... I don't fucking know. T-Dog? Yeah, why not? Those three. Anyway, so that's who saves... It's going to be Rosita. So Rosita's going to do the whole exploding. Pew, 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 pew. Anyway, everyone else has been tried to Terminus. So Chaos Roll 13. We've already done... Wait, on the corridor, downstairs. Downstairs. 1, 2, 3. The character who most recently died had an identical twin who shows up and joins the group. Who just died? It was Glenn. It was Glenn. That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant, guys. Well, do you know what, actually? Wait, which picture of Glenn are they using? It's me. I say, which are they using? It's me. I've just used a different picture of Glenn. So, Glenn... I guess he's in the train cart. So in one of the train carts is an identical guy who looks identical to the that awful abusing dude. He shows up in the train cart. There we are. That's amazing. Glenn's identical twin brother's joined. Glenn's twin bro has joined. Wow, crazy. So anyway, add our Gabriel. Now Gabriel is actually Dale. So everyone escapes the terminus, the termites. We have like a lot of characters. Dake. Who's Dake? We have a lot of characters as well. Jesus. And of course they meet Dale, who's surviving in a church. Very odd, but there you are. Dale has been added. And then, of course, we have the Bob Stuckey death. So who gets bitten whilst getting some supplies? And then later, of course, is kidnapped by Eugene. Eugene gets some bad rap as well, I feel. But Eugene gets kidnapped by the scavengers. Obviously, this is like, maybe he admits the cure's all bullshit as he's dying. But he gets bitten, pretty fucking annoying. You know, he's pretty pissed off about that. Then he gets his leg eaten on top of that. And then he probably admits like the cure's all bullshit as he dies. But that kind of kills all hope. So I guess that whole like side mission with Abraham, the self-help episode, that doesn't help. That doesn't happen, sorry. So who then kills Gareth? Rosita, okay. I guess Laura's allowing Rosita. Maybe Laura and Rosita have like a bit more of a friendship now. Maybe their rivalry's kind of gone now. But yeah, Rosita is the one who takes out Gareth, putting him down for good. R.I.P. Gareth. I don't know her. But it's not Noah. It's Jim. So, of course, Nora was kidnapped. She meets Jim. Nora and Jim escape. And then, obviously, Jim's the only one who makes out. And then, of course, God, they all go to rescue Nora. Why? Why do they even bother? I don't know. But who's going to be getting the Nora death? Or the Beth death? That's obviously going to be Nora. Can't go to Laura. Reroll. No. No. Let it be Nora. I'm re-rolling. I like Sophia's character too much. Yeah, I can live with that. I don't care. Agatha. So Agatha, I guess, objects to Dawn trying to keep poor Jim behind, as well as obviously how she was keeping poor Nora. So Agatha objects. Season 1 character as well, which is kind of crazy. And she attacks Dawn, and then Dawn shoots her. And then this person kills Dawn. Agatha with a little bayonet hand. That's how she could stab her. Ham! Oh, awesome. So then Hamburg shoots and takes out Dawn, as everyone's really sad that they've lost Agatha, who, you know, was a pretty terrible person early on, but she's reformed since then, so they are pretty sad about Agatha's demise. And then later on, whilst just before they leave to go on the road, this character gets bitten on the arm and has their arm chopped off. Let's reroll again. Okay. As well, I forgot to add Abraham. Abraham needs to be a main character. As well, we probably could have one of these other... I feel like Carol probably deserves it as well. Herschel? Okay, we'll go with that. So, Herschel gets the Tyrese death. He gets bitten on the arm by a little Walker child. They try to chop his arm off. And they rush him, but then it's too late. Herschel is put down, so that's how we lose Herschel. Pretty sad. Okay, now, I think for a bit I'm going to do a separate Alexandria wheel. You'll see why. But that's done. Now, of course, we don't have Enid. Enid got swapped out for Carl. So, what's really funny about this is... Rick and Laurie, of course, reunite, but Laurie's banging Abraham, and maybe she's like, Rick, it's been too long. I can't end this thing I have with Abraham. So Rick's like absolutely devastated. But then they reach Alexandria. Also, imagine all the characters on the road, all these bloody characters on the road. But then they reach Alexandria, where Carl is obviously living. So Rick and Laurie are reunited with their son as well, which is kind of crazy. Um, yeah, that's mad. Wow, crazy. All right, well there you go. So then, though, we have to do the Aiden death. So who's getting the Aiden death? Who shoots the grenade? Oh, 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 it's Olivia. So Olivia, she shoots the grenade and blows herself up. And then that causes some walkers and stuff to come. And then on top of that, who gets the Noah death? So this is going to be one of these characters. Oh, that's cruel. That's so cruel. That is the cruelest shit ever. After Rick is reunited with the two most important people in his life. I guess he reunited Laurie a while ago, but still, losing. I mean, that's pretty traumatic for Carl though. Carl reunites with his mother and then loses her like a few days later. So Laurie is devoured by walkers. Obviously, this causes a lot of attention. Now, I feel at this point, Rick probably does deserve main character status. Okay, we've been harsh to Rick over the years, over some of these rewrites, but I feel like Rick now deserves his main status rewrite after losing Laurie like that. But of course, who gets the Reg death? And I'm gonna make this another Alexandrian person, just because again. Eric, okay. So maybe in this universe, Aaron's like, Rick, fuck Deanna, do it. Maybe he says that, I don't know. So Eric is killed instead of Reg. And then who kills Pete? Laura, okay. Maybe Laura has like more bonded with Sam and Ron than she has bonded with Jesse. Maybe that's like the angle we could go with. But yeah, Laura is the one to take Pete out. And then, of course, Morgan shows up at the end. Laura? Instead of Rick. Laura? Laura? Yeah. So, Morgan then shows up at the end of the season, making a big, epic finale. Rightio. So, Season 5, Chaos Roll. Let's get into it. And then also, who's joining us? Who was on that Alexandrian mission? Margot? Why not, I guess. Margot is also joining us. Add those guys as well. Add all these guys to this one. And listen, I'm skipping some things in some rewrites, so Eastman is the same. Because we got the same Morgan, I'm gonna keep the same Eastman. Okay? Some rewrites I'm just gonna stop things, some rewrites we'll do them. That way we can kind of save some time here and there. So Eastman is dead as is. What was the chaos roll? I don't even remember. 23. Along the corridor. Flip a coin for a minor or major character, and wherever it lands on, roll for the person who joins the enemy group. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. So heads, we'll say heads, major, tails, minor. So minor. So this character is going to join, I guess, the wolves. So which of these characters joins the wolves? Denise, okay. So Denise is joining the Alpha Wolf, and this in this universe, of course, the Alpha Wolf is Morales. Morales the Alpha Wolf, everyone. And he's somehow got Denise on his side. So I guess that means Denise has to be taken out by our group. Scott as well joins. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. That's kind of cool. So, Nicholas death first. Who's getting the Nicholas death? Who panics? Shoots themselves in the head. I did add Margaret, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Oopsie. There we go. Margot's joined as well. There we go. Oh, Ron. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe that could be with, like... I don't know. Maybe that could be with Hamburg. Maybe panics with Hamburg and then shoots himself. I don't know. Deanna's death. Who gets Deanna's death? Oh, no. Not Wong Fa. So, Wong Fa is bitten. And then he, of course, sadly doesn't make it after some time. But he, like, self-sacrifices himself. I guess it would be kind of funny as well if he doesn't speak any English. Because I think in the book he doesn't really speak... I don't remember him speaking English much. But, because I think when he talks to Elena, he speaks mostly in Mandarin. So, which, you know, is normal because he's Chinese. Maybe actually he doesn't speak, or he speaks, like, barely any English. So that could be kind of cool, like, to see that sort of dynamic. I always found that kind of interesting. That was something they did in... I think it was in Z-Nation. No, not Z-Nation. Black Summer. I think they had that in Black Summer with it. I was like, Black Summer, I'm not, like, that big on. It's kind of like... I don't want to call it slop, but it's interesting zombies, but it's zombie stuff with, like, not much character substance, I feel. Like there isn't... there's not as much there. Like, I'd wanted more, like, character substance in Black Summer. But, like... What I like about Black Summer Season 2, at least, is they have this character who doesn't speak English, and she has to, like, kind of communicate with others without, obviously, using language. Like, that's kind of interesting to me. And kind of seeing that with Wong Fa in this rewrite, okay, in this rerun, that could be kind of interesting. And then, of course, his badass death at the end. When did we even find Wong Fa? Did he just join the prison? Yeah, he just joined in Season 4. Yeah, whatever. Well, that's how he goes out. And then we have the Sam death. So, who's getting Sammy's death? Barbara. Oh, no. And we'll see who else it goes to. So we got Barbara. We got T-Dog. Oh, no. And then who's going to shoot at our group? Jimmy? Nah. So Jimmy is instantly... I don't care. Jimmy's the main character. I know. Oh, do you know what? Fuck it. We'll go with it. This whole time, Jimmy's not been happy with the group, okay? So Jimmy, T-Dog, and Barbara. So what's going to happen is in this universe, T-Dog goes to Alexandria and he woos Barbara. He's in love with her. He's like, this lady is amazing. So T-Dog and Barbara, they're a couple. And on top of that, of course, Jimmy, after Herschel's death, has been pretty, like, erratic. And he feels like Laura's way of leading things is kind of, like, stupid. And we're all like rallying around Laura just because what? Because we had a council before at the prison, and now we've just disregarded the council just because we've lost the prison. But, you know, there's greater things, not, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, he's pretty pissed off that things have been going, like, different ways, and he feels like how they're approaching the Alexandria situation is, like, a bit too feral. And so he's been critiquing Laura this whole time, and then, of course, but he's been really happy for his mate T-Dog, because Jimmy and T-Dog are, like, really good friends, I guess. And, of course, after... I remember that scene where he's like, T-Dog's like to Jimmy, he says, enough of that gangster shit or whatever, when, like, Jimmy has the gun sideways. So I can kind of see that. T-Dog and Jimmy have, like, some... And, you know, he's been really happy for Jimmy because... Jimmy's been really happy for T-Dog because, of course, T-Dog now has Barbara. But in the No Way Out scenario, of course, they're going through the herd of walkers. Barbara panics. She gets the Sam death. And then T-Dog, of course, reacts like pretty, he's pretty sad. So he sort of screams out, no, or whatever, right? And then T-Dog gets surrounded. And then Jimmy decides to point a gun at this person and shoots this person's eye out because he's like so disparaged with the group. Oh, okay. So I think he's aiming at... I'm going to say he's aiming at Laura. He's pissed off at Laura. But then Morgan jumps in the way and takes the bullet to the eye. Okay, I like that. I like that. That's kind of cool. And then who then takes out Jimmy? Rick? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, Rick just comes in behind and stabs him in the neck. Oh, yeah. Or hatchets him. Okay. So Jimmy's taken out by Rick. Morgan's, of course, shot in the eye. And then Laura's like, we have to save Morgan. And Rick's like, I've never met this man. I only met him like a couple of months ago. What do I care? Because in this universe, it's different. But they rush Morgan to the clinic. Where I guess... Herschel, you're dead. I don't know if you got the memo. But you died ages ago. They rush Rick to the clinic. Not Rick. Morgan. Fuck me. Morgan to the clinic. Who would be the doctor? Because Denise has joined the wolves. I guess we don't have a doctor. Franklin's dead. Sadiq died. Denise has joined the wolves. We killed the other doctor. So we just do some good old fashioned. Oh, Bob Stuckey, he's a army medic, so that'll do. So he rescues Morgan, and then with the Owen, because it's obviously Morales. I'm just gonna say no. So who kills Morales, aka Owen? And then we'll do a minor one for Denise. Who kills Denise? Because Denise is a wolf as well. So Laura takes out Morales, and Glenn. Obviously, not Glenn. This is Bleen. No, Glenn. Len. Should we just call him Len? I don't know. Len. Len. Oh my god, I can't spell. No, he'd be Len with two N's. Yeah, Len takes out Denise. So Denise is killed by Len, and Laura takes out Owen, the Alpha Wolf, in a fit of rage. Where the hell is the bloody Alpha Wolf? Oh, it's Morales, sorry. She takes out Morales, I should say. Now, would they ever find out? Because obviously Miranda's... No, they haven't even met the other kids yet, have they? Because Louis is back here and Eliza's down here. Yeah, okay. So Morales is taken out. Morales killed by Laura. And Denise killed by... Who was it again? Oh my god, I forgot. Oh yeah, Len. Sorry, it was taken out by Len. Glenn's identical twin. Okay, so let's add Jesus and Dr. Carson. Listen, I feel like Len deserves a main character status for that. I've just had a great idea, right? Why not if any minor character gets an action that instantly makes them a main character? I don't know. Maybe that doesn't work. Yeah, so I've added those two. They've been done. So now we've got the Denise death. So who gets shot with an arrow by Dwight? Oh my god, poor Rick, man. He reunites with his entire family and then they're all systematically killed off one by one. Oh, so Carl is shot in the eye by a crossbow bolt. In front of Rick, I'll say. Yeah, crazy. Which two characters go to the kingdom? Which two characters go to the kingdom? Hamburg. And right, yeah. Okay, I think this could work. So I can say that Rick obviously is going on a revenge mission after what happened to Carl. So he's just taking out every single savior that comes in his way. So Hamburg goes into, obviously says to Laura, look, I'm going to go get Rick, because obviously he's pretty distraught right now. He's lost Laurie, he's lost Carl, Abraham. Wait, Abraham would be like really distraught over Laurie as well, to be fair. But anyway, Rick's gone to kill every savior he can find, and so of course Ham goes to help him, or like save him, and then of course Rick gets injured and they end up going to the kingdom. So it's Ham and Rick. That means they're spared from the Lucille moment. So who is getting Lucille'd now? I have to add one Alexandrian before we go, which I think it probably could just be Aaron, to be honest. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, so who's getting their head beaten in? Oh, see, this works quite well, but I feel like Rosita probably has to be the Glenn one. So we'll make her the Glenn one, and then who is going to be the Abraham one? I don't accept Negan killing two of the girls. No. He takes out Len, identical twin Glenn. I guess it's close to Len. It can't be Rick because he's at the kingdom. There we go then. There we go, guys. Glenn, aka Len. So the first person Negan takes out in this rewrite is the identical Glenn person, identical Glenn twin, that of course we had come with our group for a little bit. He joined our group for a bit. We rescued him in Terminus, so he's taken out first, and then the next person taken out is Rosita. And I think Rosita is like the big one that probably would break Laura, because of course, despite their like long, storied bitter rivalry because of their fighting over Hamburg and all that. I mean, at the end of the day, Rosita has done right by Laura ever since then. And so seeing Rosita getting her head beaten in is... And maybe Rosita was starting to date Abraham as well after Abraham lost Laurie. Maybe Abraham was actually like planning to leave Laurie anyway. He was like, when I saw you, Rosita, I wanted to leave Laurie straight away. So yeah, maybe that was happening. So Abraham is forced to watch this woman that he's just fallen in love with getting her head beaten in as well. So that's extra sad for him. So everyone's just distraught over the death of Rosita, and maybe Sophia also is as well because she was like close to her. But yeah, very sad. So that's it. And then we have our chaos roll. I'm really hoping this is something good, guys. 53. 53. Add some random characters. We can do that, but we're going to do a bonus one. 41. No, we'll just do that. We'll just do the one. Add some random characters from another film show. So how many characters are we adding? It's only going to be up till 4 because I can't be bothered. 1. Oh, that'll do. Right. Tell you who we'll have. I know everyone's going to like this. Everyone's going to freak out. Everyone's going to be like, oh my god. It's Dexter Morgan. Yeah, that's right. So Dexter Morgan has joined the group, okay? So Dexter has joined. I guess he's also joined with Wow. Dexter joining with Pierce. This guy is a fucking cannibal. Dexter and the Cannibal. I kind of like that. This guy from All Stars. So Dexter and the Cannibal are joining the group. Where do you find these guys? I don't know. Maybe these are like the absolute reject saviors. Dexter and Pierce, and they end up joining our group to help. And I guess our group are thinking like, well, I guess that's they're capable, so why not? That is insane. Dexter and a cannibal from a mobile game. That's wild. That's a wild team up. I kind of like it. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. So see you in a second. So that's kind of wild. Anyway, who's gonna be getting kidnapped and tortured by Negan? It's Gabriel. Okay, that's kind of interesting. So Gabriel's getting kidnapped and tortured. So he's going to be eating dog food sandwiches and all that. Which doesn't really work considering maybe Gabriel actually punched Negan when he was like... So when he beat Len's head in, he was like, oh, to who? Who could he be to? Who would be with Glenn? I don't know. He's torturing someone. He's like, yo, is this guy your friend? I don't know. Look at the blood. Look at the blood. And yeah, Gabriel's like, take a damn look. And then Gabriel punches Negan. So he's taken to be tortured. Who heads to the hilltop? So 2 people are going to be heading to the hilltop. So Rick can't because him and Hamburg, they're currently in the hilltop, the kingdom even. Okay, that's close to Sophia. We'll go with Sophia. Do you know what we'll do, actually? We'll say Sophia, and we'll say Carol, because she's still alive, isn't she? So, why not? So Sophia and Carol, they go to the hilltop. We'll make Carol a main character. I like that. I think that works. And then who's going to be going to Oceanside? This has to be a minor character. Then Al gets elevated into a main character because they get to have their whole episode. A whole episode devoted to them. Margot, wow. Everyone's favourite. And Margot gets to go with a minor character. And this minor character is unfortunately going to die. They're going to get the Heath disappearance. A.k.a. death. Tobin. Oh no, it's Jesus. Okay. So Margot and Jesus. So Jesus goes with her and then he disappears. So Jesus dies off screen. Well, I guess he doesn't have to die. He could just die like at the end of the episode. Or they find, oh yeah. Margot's desperate to get back to Jesus and finds that he's died in turn. So poor Jesus is gone. Right. Spencer's death. So, who gets Spencer's death? So, who is being a snake, trying to tell Negan? It's Reg. Okay, so Reg is betraying Laura, trying to get Negan to trust him to be leader, and so Negan guts Reg, says he's a coward in front of Deanna, like Deanna and his children to witness that. That's pretty brutal. Wow. Thinking about this, who is our Laura again? Oh yeah, Louis Morales, the little kid. He's like little psychopath kid is our Laura. So I guess he was bullying. Well, I guess not Eugene for his haircut, but bullying. I don't know who else. Who could she be bullying for their haircut? Nicholas, maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Olivia's death. So who then gets shot and killed after someone takes a shot at Negan? I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be... I feel like it's going to be Deanna. No! Alright, kill somebody. And he kills Shumpert. Oh, brutal. Shumpert is shot and killed. The Olivia death. That is sad. Poor Shumpert, man. He's been with us since season 3. So, I'm just going to say, who's our Fat Joey... Who is our Fat Joey replacement? Oh, yes, Ed, isn't it? Oh, that's actually pretty funny because he didn't even know that he doesn't even know that his wife and daughter are well, I guess yeah, Sophia and they would have been there, wouldn't they? But maybe Ed wasn't at the lineup because Fat Joey wasn't at the lineup as far as we know. So yeah, maybe he doesn't even know that his wife and daughter are alive. So I guess should we just say, because it's kind of more interesting, I'm gonna say that Gabriel kills Ed. So Gabriel kills Ed Peltier, and then later on, maybe they find out about that, and they're like, "Oh, that was our husband slash father." But I guess he was abusive, so it's okay, Gabriel. We forgive you. And then who gets kidnapped again? So this is the Eugene one, obviously, the Eugene kidnapping, because of course now, what's his name? Gabriel's escaped. But Abraham is kidnapped, and he's making bullets. Okay. So Abraham's our bullet maker. And then we have our exclusive kingdom role. Now, Nabila has been swapped out for... who was Nabila swapped out for again? I don't remember. Someone. Oh yeah, Andrea, of course, yeah, Andrea. So Andrea in this universe. So Andrea's there. Who is gonna be getting the Richard Benjamin death? Oh no, Shiva. So Jared ends up shooting. I guess Ezekiel brings the Shiva, brings the tiger Shiva to his saving meetups, and I guess Jared ends up killing Shiva, because he's like that's a shoots Shiva instead. So Shiva bleeds out and dies. Very sad. And then of course, who planted that death? So who stole the Hamburg? I don't really want to kill Hamburg, but so Hamburg, knowing that the saviors and wanting to maybe like okay, so maybe obviously Hamburg wants to get back quickly because he knows the saviors are still a threat, right? So he wants to get back to the group, his group. But maybe Ezekiel hasn't let him because maybe Ezekiel's a bit more harsh in this world. He's like, you've got medical debts to pay, okay? This is the bounty. You must perform, you know? A few more of these little missions and as soon as Rick is back on his feet, I will release you from service. So Ham just wants to get back. So he planted the cantaloupe, the false cantaloupe, to get Shiva killed. But who does he blame it on? Because we're not killing Hamburg that way. That's a shit way to go. Oh my god. So Hamburg plants the thing on Benjamin, and Ham kills Benjamin in front of Ezekiel. Now that's probably going to make Ezekiel very sad, and he's probably not going to be too happy with Hamburg after that. But there you go. That's how it be sometimes. I delete these two from here. Awesome. So anyway, that makes Ezekiel think about doing it, but actually he doesn't, because obviously Ezekiel doesn't want to fight at the start. He doesn't end up fighting until the finale of season 7. But obviously after that, Laura comes to petition him to help fight, but Ezekiel says no after what happened with Benjamin, and after feeling like betrayed by Hamburg, he decides not to. I've added the Oceanside people. And now we got the Sasha death. So who is getting Sasha death? So who, of course, infiltrates the sanctuary to try and kill Negan. I need to remove the Len. Len's dead. Yeah, so who infiltrates the sanctuary to kill Negan? We'll go with Aaron. It's close enough to Aaron. So Aaron infiltrates the sanctuary to try and kill Negan. He fails, unfortunately, and then he takes the pill that Abraham, I guess, made, and he attacks Negan. And yeah, obviously that's how the war starts. So Aaron, beautiful sacrifice. Thank you very much. I need to update these. So Shiva got killed, then Benjamin got killed, and then Aaron self-sacrificed. Crazy. Okay, so chaos roll. 25. So along the corridor, down the stairs. Oh no, why? The vegetable characters from the Telltale game have been added. Ooh, I'm so happy about this. So, this is fucking ridiculous. Hang on. Wait. So, Calypso, cauliflower, disco broccoli, rhubarb, rock and roll rhubarb. And what was the other one? Beatnik. So, some talking fruit. No, vegetables, sorry. Well, is rhubarb a fruit? Rhubarb's a fruit, isn't it? Some talking fruit and vegetables, okay, have joined the group. Now, at this point, Laura's like, thinks she's tripping balls, as does everyone. But it turns out there's some weird experiment of the Walker virus. The vegetables, the weird disco brock peeps are here. Yeah, and we're not. I don't think we need to add any more characters because that's fucking mental. So those 4 have added. They're talking fruit and vegetables. They're also sing, and they're here to help fight Negan. They're like a different community, and maybe, I don't know, some Negan's people have been doing weird experiments and like brought them to life, and they want revenge, and they're talking, yeah, and everyone's like fucking, like, this is insane, what's going on? And everyone's very confused, and the fans are saying this was a jump the shark moment. The Walking Dead really went downhill after this moment. Anyway, on to season 8. Ooh, amazing. So, okay, so listen, our person, Karen, of course. It was Karen, wasn't it? Yeah, Karen has Wait, what happened to Nora again? Nora joined. Yeah, she's joined. And Morgan's joined as well. Yeah, so Karen's back from the dead. Listen, I don't care. We're killing her. Who's killing Karen? Turns out she didn't find her family in the end. Everyone died. And Laura is taking out Karen. Very cool. Okay. Now we've got Eric's death. Who's getting the Eric death? Oh, I actually need to add the vegetables. Well, that's not happening. Disco Brock. And then we got oh god, how do you spell him? I don't want to embarrass myself, okay? That's the reason. Where are they? Yeah, okay. Oh, fuck. Keep messing up. Oh, I'm annoying myself now. What am I doing? Alright, here we go. Beatnik. That was it. So, Beatnik. Calypso. Collie. And rock and roll. Rhubarb. That'll do. Right, who getting the Eric death? Cindy. Well, I guess Cindy joins the battle sooner than she does in the actual main timeline. And trying to inspire her people. And she gets shot and killed. And that's why they end up hiding straight away again. So, very sad. Well, she gets shot and killed, and then she ends up joining the herd. And maybe all of her people are like, Cindy's dead! So this is the Shiva death, so who protects their leader to the bitter end? Aiden. Ooh, I like that, actually. So maybe Aiden protects both his brother and his mother whilst they're trying to escape, like, the saviors after a defeated battle of a bunch of extras being killed. And Aiden ends up self-sacrificing to save his mother and brother. Yeah, I like that. Who shoots Grandma? So who shoots Cindy's grandmother after they? So after Cindy's death, they confront the Oceanside people who are obviously leaving the battle now. Bob Stuckey, and Bob Stuckey accidentally shoots and kills Grandma, and I think that earns Bob Stuckey main character status. So Bob, where is he? There he is. Yeah, so Bob Stuckey shot Grandma. Very sad. And then after that, the Oceanside are like, "Yeah, peace out. We're leaving. We're not fighting your battle now. We've lost Cindy and Natanya." Anyway, add Sadiq. But it's not Sadiq. Who is it in this universe? It's Shane. Shane has been added. Very weird. So I guess. Well, who's gonna get the Carl death? Who was saving? If this ends up being Rick, I actually think this is beautiful. Who dies saving Shane? Oh, it's so close. Nora. Nobody cares about. Nora saves Shane, gets bitten, and then tells the world, everyone, stop fighting and all that. You gotta spare Negan, please. So Nora dies. Laura's pretty sad about that. But Rick's like, oh my god, Shane? He's like, and then Laura's like, not Laura, Nora, sorry. Nora's like, see, Laura, things can change. Look, Rick's found his best mate Shane. After he thought he lost everyone, he's found someone again. Okay? We can all live together with the Saviors. Gavin's not reforming, I don't care. Who's killing Gavin? Beat Nick. Oh my god. Beat Nick and his broccoli friends take out Gavin, proving that they are a force to be reckoned with. This is fucking ridiculous. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Anyway, add Alden. And then we have the Dr. Harlan Carson death. Who's getting that Harlan Carson death? Oh my god. Dr. Carson. Wow, crazy. He is. So Dr. Carson gets freed, I guess. Abraham helps for Dr. Carson to escape. And but he's shot pretty quickly after. So very sad. Tobin's death. So who was stabbed with the tainted weapon and then wreaks havoc on the Barrington house? Oh no, Jadis. Okay, so I guess by this point, Jadis her people would have been massacred by Simon. So I guess Jadis joins our side. She decides to actually join our side, and maybe Laura accepts her help. So the whole her kidnapping Negan thing that never happens. But that's a shit plot anyway, so who cares? Because all it results in is like a little fight. And then Negan picks up Laura, but like we could have avoided all that stupid plot anyway. So I guess in this universe, Jadis joins, pretty quickly, and then she ends up getting stabbed, and then she wreaks havoc on the Barrington house. Very sad for Jadis. And then who kills Jared after they track the fleeing saviors? Who then takes out Jared? Bob. Oh. Bob Stuckey takes out Jared. Very random. He had no connection to Jared, but that's how it be sometimes, okay? Maybe he was helping out. He heard what happened. Bob was a fan of Bengal tigers, and he found out that Jared killed one. So he was like, I've got to kill that guy. So, yeah, he takes out Jared. Very sad for Jared, anyway. Shout out all these guys. Very cool. We got a lot of characters. So, our Laura replacement is obviously Louis. So, does Louis stay evil? Heads, yes. Tails, no. So, Louis is good. Or surrenders, we'll say. Louis surrenders. Does DJ surrender? DJ surrenders as well then. Does Frankie surrender? Yeah, so Frankie surrenders. Does Sherry show up dead? Ah, okay. Sherry dead. So Sherry shows up dead. Turns out she died, and Dwight's pretty sad about that. But there you go. Big reveal. Big sad. Anyway, now let's add these guys, but we don't add Sherry. So, no Sherry. Laura is Louis. And Negan is a main character, so... There we are. So that's all done. Who kills Simon? Who takes out Simon? Carol! She's finally done something. So maybe, I don't know, maybe Simon tracks down to Sophia, is ready to kill her, but Carol comes in. Because you got to think in this universe, Carol's just a meek kind of, like she's our Karen, right? So she's pretty meek and pretty helpless, I think. So, you know, her saving Sophia is like a big character step up, and taking out Simon's a pretty big achievement. So, very nice. And then extra finale death. So these characters will just die in the battle. This is to account for the Morgan, Dwight, and Sherry exit. So which character is the main character to die, and then which? So we lose Dwight. So Dwight. So after I guess losing Sherry, he ends up like he tries to probably take out Negan. Maybe he gets free, because obviously Negan discovers he's a traitor. He gets free, tries to take out Negan, but he fails, sadly. And then also, Spencer dies in the battle as well. Damn, that's pretty sad. Poor Deanna's lost both her kids. Spencer dies in the battle. Wow, this war took both of her children. And of course Dwight as well didn't make it out of this season. Where is Dwight? Oh, he's down here. And then, which main character is it? Margot. Oh, no. Margot. So I guess Margot dies. And that, maybe she dies and they... Or maybe actually she gets bitten, right? During, like, the previous... And maybe saving Sophia and Carol from the Sanctuary. She gets bitten as a result. And Margot like tells the Oceanside gals about this. She's like, listen, guys, I came to it was Margot, isn't it, who went to Oceanside? I don't remember. Who went to Oceanside? Yeah, Margot. Margot, yeah. So Margot is obviously bitten, and so she tells the Oceanside gals about that. And she's like, this is your last chance. Come on, honor my death. So they go, they help out, and so yeah, Margot's death is not in vain. And Margot, wow, very sad. Who defeats Negan? Who slashes his throat? Laura. I like this, considering how they met. So Laura is the person to slit Negan's throat, and then she helps to defeat the saviors for good, I guess. Very cool. And then that's it. That's it. Season 8, I guess. Laura then gives her speech. The world is ours, or whatever. That's death, and it's coming for us. 36. 36. Take away immunity from all the characters for season 1. If they survive this season, give it back their immunity. Okay, so that means that Laura... I'm just going to say no characters have immunity. Okay, that's what we'll say. No characters have immunity this season. Now, the people who pay for the Laura rewrite are going to be sad, but I will remove the extra Laura, so she doesn't have, like, you know. So, no immunity. Who hangs Gregory? So obviously Carol and Sophia run Hilltop now. Gabriel... Oh, also Abraham did the bullet thing. That happened. One-legged Gabriel. Okay, well, I guess Gabriel hangs Gregory. Fair enough. Who then loses an arm? Also, I need to think about characters to... Oh, Ezekiel. Obviously, Ezekiel always needs to be made a main character. Season 9. It's meant to be 14 mains, actually, so... Maybe we should take a few extras. Who we got? Who we got, though, from the originals? Morgan, obviously, already is. Rick. Bob. Bob already is, right? Yeah. Dexter Morgan, maybe. Dale, we found at the church, right? Yeah, so Dale should be. Because Dale we found at the church. So, he should be a main character now. Who else is there? 12. We've got 12, and there should be 14, actually. I'm thinking Deanna. I feel like Deanna's like lost a lot, so you know she can be kind of there as well. I think we'll leave it there for now. I don't think we need to add any. We don't need to force any. So anyway, who's losing an arm? Oh no! Hamburg loses an arm. Damn. So he gets crushed by the things. Poor Laura's like fighting for him. Like, you gotta save him. Who's our doctor? Who was our Sadiq again? I don't even remember. Shane, wasn't it? You gotta save him, Shane. So yeah, we have to. He loses an arm in the end. Very sad. Anyway, who kills a rat? This has to be a minor character. So who took out a rat? Obviously, it was Cindy in the original version. Sam. Oh wow. We have the school of child psychopaths maybe going on. So Sam took out a rat. Obviously wanting to take out some more as well. So that was pretty dark. Pretty crazy, but there you go. And then who dies, quote unquote, on the bridge? Well, actually, this character is going to die, unlike Rick does. So this is to account for the Rick exit. So this character is going to blow themselves up on the bridge. Oh, it's Ezekiel. Okay. Well, there you go. He brings all the communities together. You know, this bridge will connect us all. And then he blows himself up on the bridge. That's symbolism. We love it. So R.I.P. Ezekiel. And then which character fucks around with the CRM? They find out and they get killed. Jessie. Okay. So Jessie was fucking around with the CRM. She was investigating that, and then she ended up getting killed. Who could Herschel be born to? We got rid of our Glenn, didn't we? Abraham. Trying to figure who can have our little Herschel Jr. Probably has to be one of our main characters, right? Could be Rick or Laura can just have a second child. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Fuck it. Anyway. We've done that. So that was, of course, Ezekiel. And this was Jessie. So which main character goes on an adventure for a bit? Oh, yes. We can determine who the child is by this. Whoever goes on the adventure, they're having the child. Okay. So Herschel Jr. is going to be Gabriel's kid. Gabriel's going for an adventure for a bit. He's leaving. Maybe he's also partly to blame for everything that happened. So, bye, Gabriel. See you for a bit. And I guess you also had a child with someone. We can do that later. Anyway, who kills Jocelyn? So obviously we have the big time jump. Bacon Burke is all grown up. Laura. So Laura killed after Bacon Burke was stolen and Laura was pregnant with her next child. yeah, she fought to get poor old Bacon Burke back, and she did in the end, and she killed Jocelyn. And again, maybe she knew Jocelyn, maybe. Right, we're gonna add all these guys. Now RJ is actually gonna be Ham J. Okay. Oh, actually, should we call him something else? Bacon Burke. What else could we go? What else could we go for? Sausage. I don't really like sausage. Gammon Burke. Yeah, Gammon Burke. And that's RJ. So, Laura's second child is he's just got now. Ignore his skin tone, okay? That doesn't. You have to use your imagination for this. This is Laura's second child. To be fair, it looks pretty light skinned in that picture. So Laura has 2 kids now with Ham Burke, both Bacon Burke and Gammon Burke. All right, they've been added. The story's already ridiculous anyway. We've got talking fucking fruit and vegetables, so I think the names are pretty apt. And then are we replacing anyone else? I don't think so. All these characters are coming in the same, I think. Yeah. Okay. Jocelyn, you're dead. Yeah. Right. So that's done. Now it's time for Who Kills Jed. Deanna. I kind of like that. Okay. So Deanna taking out the saviors because they obviously took out her 2. Well, they both died. Actually, no. All 3 of her. Reg died because of Negan. Aiden died because he self-sacrificed himself. And then Spencer died during the last battle. So all of her family were basically killed by saviors. So her taking out Jed. Maybe it's a revenge thing. I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on there. Do I do something a bit creative here? And do I say that Deanna doesn't stop? Maybe, actually. Maybe I'll do that. Does Deanna kill more saviors? Heads, yes. Okay, so she doesn't. Anyway, we got the Jesus death. So, who is getting the Jesus death? Let's go. So, who's stabbed by a whisperer? You are where you do not belong. Oh. Now, I want to say this is not my fault because no immunity exists, right? But the problem is people have paid good money to see Laura as the protagonist for the whole rewrite. So what we're going to do is, to account for this, we're going to say, okay, for every time it lands on Laura, and she's meant to be quote-unquote immune because of the Chaos roll, right? What we'll do is we'll say, okay, now 2 people have to be killed by the Whisperers. 2 main characters and a minor, just to spice things up. So Abraham instead is going to be stabbed alongside another beloved character. Oh, Dale. So both of these men are stabbed and killed by the Whisperers. Both Abraham and Dale. Damn. So, we lose Abraham. We lose Dale. Both stabbed simultaneously. Along with little serial killer Sam. Oh no. So, we lose 3 characters in one go, all taken out by the Whisperers. He would be like much older as well. So yeah, the Whisperers like all come out of the graveyard. All 3 of them are fighting them. They stab Dale, they stab Abraham, they stab Sam simultaneously. I mean, how crazy would that be? Stabbing 2 like 3 fucking like pretty big characters one by one, you know, to introduce the Whisperers. That's one way to do it, and that would be pretty crazy. Okay, the ratings would be off the charts. So Lydia will be added now. Lydia. So that's done. And then we got Ozzy and Alec as well. Ozzy and Alec. No, it doesn't work. Right. Now we have the fun part, the pikes. So we obviously roll 2 d20s and we take the lowest number, 14. So there's going to be 14 pike deaths. So cue the Bear McCreary music. Do 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 do. Oh no! Rest in peace, Kaylee Mack. It's Addie. So Addie's one. She's getting the same death. Okay. It's not too bad. Right. And Henry. Oh my god. So we're losing Henry as well. It's so far it's staying. I guess in this universe Henry wasn't that big of a character. Maybe the person who did the whole Lydia, like bonded with Lydia, maybe that could be. Maybe it could be Louis actually. That could be kind of interesting. Maybe Louis is kind of like a minorish character. And maybe Louis is being cared for by. It could be Carol. It could be Carol. Or it could be Morgan. It may be like Morgan, because Morgan's like, someone's killing saviors. Someone was taking out saviors like Jed and all that. So maybe he was looking after Louis. So Henry is more of just a minor character, and obviously Louis was the one who found Lydia and bonded with her. And then obviously Henry was like some guy. The legacy of Ezekiel, I guess, and that Benjamin kid. We're also losing Marco. Damn. Where are you, Marco? Where's Marco? Oh, he's down here, probably. I actually can't find Marco. There he is. Bloody hell. Rodney as well. Wow, it's staying pretty accurate. Other than Marco, it's pretty comic. It's pretty TV show accurate already. Scott. Okay, it's going off course now. Poor old Scott. Who else we got? I did say there's no immunity. We are still on season 9, so I guess Alpha does kill Gammon Burke. Damn. And I've already given Laura the pass, and I don't think I can give him the pass because I've already broken that rule anyway. So listen, Gammon Burke, their second child, is beheaded by Alpha. And I guess that would probably be the big reveal, but Henry technically isn't a main character. So that could be like our big final one. And obviously we get 2 main characters on top of that anyway. So next one, we've got Alec, the Highwayman. Again, we're back on track to being TV show accurate, to be fair. If we can get all of them, that would be kind of interesting. Is Tara still? Yeah, Tara is still alive. She's not done anything. Oopsie. I forgot to give her a main character status. Probably should have. Oh well. Where are you, Alec? Heath as well. Wow. Okay, it's going back off TV show accurate course. Luke, okay. So Luke as well. Where are you, Luke? Do do do. Keep thinking of the music. Tammy Rose, we're back on track. TV show accurate course. Tammy Rose. R.I.P. Tammy Rose. Beatrice. Okay. I think that might actually be it. Yeah, one more. Magna. Oh, shit, okay. Beatrice and Magna. Wow. So, Magna's gone. And Beatrice, you're gone too. So we lost those guys. And now we're on to main characters. So which 2 main characters will be the final 2 Pike victims? Well, it is what it is. She's been a great character so far. A katana wielding little badass. But there you have it, guys. Sophia has been beheaded. And who's our last main character to be beheaded? Oh, see, that works for a little Louis, right? Because he's like, yeah, it'd be Morgan. So I guess with that, I think I will be elevating Louis, Lydia as main characters because that makes sense to me. So Morgan is also, damn. So Morgan and Sophia, those are the two big ones. One season 3 character, I guess. Or season 2/3 character. And one season 1 character who obviously came back after years. It's kind of crazy. I mean, that would be pretty fucking devastating for Laura and for Ham to witness. I love how Hamburger's still alive as well. That is pretty fun. So yeah, there you go. There you have it. That is the dramatic finale of season 9. Wow. So I need to delete Louis and Lydia from this list because I've added them now. Is Tobin still alive? Oh, I guess he is. Lydia. Where the hell's Lydia? There she is. Right. So, next up, we have some chaos rolls. I'm hoping this is something interesting. 53. Also, did I add that? Yeah, I did. 53. So, 5, 1, 2, 3. We've already done that one, so we won't redo it. 16. 1, 6. Yeah, I don't really like that. I'm redoing it. 54. We've got such tame chaos rolls so far. 54. A minor character becomes a major character. Oh, fuck. I want something interesting. 26. 2, 6. I can break my rules. I'm allowed to. Any Grimes family members? There's no Grimes family members left. Oh, there is Rick. 63. But I'm not just taking out Rick like that. Okay, we're going to go for that. Rick dies suddenly, I guess. Rick's taken out by the Whisperers. He's our last Grimes left. I guess we'll go with that. So Rick is taken out by the Whisperers at the start of the season. Pretty brutal, just to establish how brutal this season's going to be. So we lose Rick already. Wow. That's what the Chaos Roll asked for. Now, people are going to be saying, what about Judith? Judith isn't Judith in this universe. She's actually Bacon Burke, so Judith will not be taken out. But Rick, unfortunately, was taken out by Whisperers at the start of the season. Wow. And then on top of that, a mana character is going to get struck by lightning, because why not? Tara then gets struck by lightning. That is pretty funny. I can't lie. So, bye Tara. Sorry. We lose both Rick and Tara simultaneously. That's kind of crazy. Add Jules and Coco. Oh, it's okay because Laura's given birth a second time. Now she's got another child. This is going to be... oh, God. This is going to be... Could just do sausage. Sausage Burke, maybe. Should you do Sausage Burke? Yeah, Sausage Burke. Okay. So Coco is Sausage Burke. So she's given birth. She had 3 kids. One was beheaded by Alpha, which is pretty sick, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, she's trying to get over that grief, over that death. It's hit her pretty hard. I don't care about Francis, so Francis is not joining. None of the mood. None of the mood. Sorry, Francis. 2 lets Negan out. Oh, we need to actually update this as well. We need more main characters. So, in Season 10, we actually have 10 main characters. So, who can we have? I feel like Shane as well. I feel like Shane would be pretty pissed, sad about Rick dying. So, he could be kind of an interesting main character. Who we got? Who? Maybe we should have someone who's like running the kingdom. Who could be running the kingdom now? Maybe is Andrea. Maybe Andrea is running the kingdom. Yeah, why not? Why not? Andrea's now running the kingdom after Ezekiel's death. Obviously, he died a while ago, but you know what I mean. She's been running the kingdom all this time, and obviously it fell. So I guess they've now integrated with the Hilltop, which is being run by Carol, who's obviously absolutely distraught after the death of her daughter. But who lets Negan out? Yeah, that tracks. Yeah, that tracks. It's the same, but it makes even more sense in this version because Carol would be very more irrational, especially because she's obviously had a completely different. I don't like Carol freeing Negan because it kind of makes the whole Negan joining the Whisperer thing. Like that's a big part of Negan's redemption, right? Is he puts his life at risk to save the he puts his life at risk for his own gain, sure, but also this I'm talking comics, but also so he can kind of like take out Alpha and get good praise with Rick. So he does that in the comics. In the show, they take all agency away from Negan and they instead say, well, Negan was about to be executed, so Carol frees him from the prison cell under the guise that he'll no longer be in jail and he'll be, basically saying, like, blackmails him, soft blackmails him. And so he goes to do it, he puts his life at risk, kills her. And, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they kind of take his agency away from it. So it's not really his plan. It's just, he was pushed into a corner, which is why I hate that in the show. The whole stupid reveal. But I guess it makes a bit more sense now, I guess. Like, Carol does it, like, just do your worst to her, just kill her. I don't give a shit. Brandon. Who kills Brandon? Bob? I don't know, maybe spots Brandon. He thinks Brandon's the one who released Negan. I don't know. Maybe Brandon's defecting to the Whisperers and he shoots and kills him. Maybe that happens. Anyway, either way, Brandon's dead. Killed by Bob. And now we have the Sadiq death. So who discovers Dante is a spy? Oh, Richard. Oh, I don't like that. But we'll go with it. So Richard discovers that Dante is a spy. And Dante strangles and kills Richard. Very sad. Poor Richard. And then who kills Dante? Deanna. Oh. Shane. Nice. Yeah, Shane's sick of these fucking Whisperers. He has a crash out moment. He starts, like stabbing Dante. I think that could work. And now we have Gamma. So we have the Laura death. This is our character. Who gets the undeserving death that Laura got? Also, we never added an extra character, but that's okay, because I'm kind of bored of it. Oh no! So instead of wait, hang on. I already added Andrea here, so it's okay. Andrea's been saved. Yeah, I never added a character for season. I don't even think I did it for season 9, did I? Oh, I didn't do it for season 9 because we got the stupid fucking broccoli's adding, right? Oh no, that was. Yeah, that was season 8. And what was season 9? Did I do it for season 9? I don't even remember. I probably didn't. Oh yeah, I probably didn't. Oopsie. It's because we've got so many characters anyway. But we'll add one, I guess. An interview. Yeah, we're not going to go with that. Constance. Oh no. If I don't get one here, we're not getting one. We're not getting one. Wow. Okay, listen. We're not getting one. So, instead, what we'll do is we'll just roll for Laura's death. Again. Diane. Oh, so Diane's getting that death instead. And I feel like Diane's pretty, like, not, like, well-loved, but she's, like, one of those, like, kind of cult characters that people remember. So I feel like people would be equally as pissed off if she got that death as Laura getting it. And this is the Gamma death, so he gets gutted by Beta, gutted like a fish. What is the incredible RNG? It is Gamma herself who gets it. And then who gets the Earl Sutton death? So, Earl Sutton death. Obviously, bitten and then forced to smack his head on a pot. Oh, Jerry! No! Not giving that death to Jerry. Yeah, so Jerry, unfortunately, saved all the kids. All of his kids with Andrea. Because I guess in this universe, all of Jerry's kids, he actually had them with Andrea. And then an extra hilltop battle death, because why not? So this person dies in the hilltop. Again, this is just to account for some of the extras who basically disappear. Oh, to Alden. Damn. Alden going down with hilltop as well. After maybe promising Sophia he would look after it. Yeah, I kind of like that. So Alden, where are you, Alden? You go down. Of course, we lose Diane. We lose Jerry. And we lose Gamma. Wow. I'm liking it. I'm liking this season. This is a good season. And which three head off to the Commonwealth? So one person gets to become a main character. Louis. Okay, I guess we'll do Louis and Lydia again. Oh, I mean, I say again. Louis, Lydia. Yeah, okay. Okay, so we'll go Jules, Louis, and Lydia. So basically they go, obviously. Did I remove? I shouldn't have removed Louis. Louis, Lydia. So Louis and Lydia, they go. And they bring Jules with them. Because, why not? So it's Louis, Lydia, and Jules. Right. Who then kills Alpha? So which character is taking out Alpha? Oh no, Shay. I like this. So even though I feel like Carol has a good... Like, everyone has a good reason for wanting to kill the Whisperers. Obviously, Laura has a good reason. They killed her child, her baby. Carol has one because they killed her daughter. But Shane is like... He's going absolutely fucking madman mode. And he takes out Alpha. Wow. So I guess Negan was being slow. So Shane sped that shit up. And he came in and he fucking decapitated Alpha. So main character finale death. We'll do that in a second. We're going to add... we'll do the Beatrice death first, actually. This is like the wrong order. I need to reorder this. Oh no. Calypso cauliflower. So the Calypso cauliflower... The cauliflower is taken out by the Whisperers. Which one is even the cauliflower? I can't even fucking tell. I think it's this one. Yeah, the cauliflower's been taken out, everyone. No, so sad. Anyway, now we'll do who kills Beta. So which character takes out Beta? Louis? Okay. No, I like that. Because obviously he was been defending Lydia this whole time. So Louis is the one to end up taking out Beta. And then which character then has the big finale death? So this character, of course, decides to, you know, yeet themselves off the cliff when there's a herd. It can't be Laura. I guess Herschel can be... wait, it's not Agatha, is it? Hang on. That's not Frost either. Sterile. Sterile and... Who's Agatha? Agatha is... Oh. Miranda! Oh, not Miranda. Eliza. Wow. Yeah, because Gabriel like, look who I found. I found Eliza, your sister, Louis. That's kind of cool. Well, actually, he would have already gone on that trip, so he wouldn't know about But either way, there would be like a reunion between those two. And then, oh, okay. So even though he had a big crash out moment, and he was like the hero of the season, in the end, Shane is the one after killing Alpha. He decides to divert the herd away, and the big final death of the season to close it off is Shane. Wow, that's epic. Anyway, that's been done. We've done with the season. We've got a few COVID bonus episodes. Who's banging Leah? Who's banging Leah? We'll go with Bob, because it would be a bit illegal if it was Lydia. So Bob was banging Leah this whole time. Which makes sense as well, because Bob's obviously military, Lydia's the military. I think that could work. And then add that main character back to the list. So that's done. That was Gabriel, of course. Then we got the Chaos Roll. Now I'm hoping for something interesting here, guys. 53. No, we've done that one. How have we got that? How have we got that 4 times in a row? Well, not in a row, but 60. I swear we've got 16 before as well. What are these rolls, guys? Yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing a we're too late in the game to be doing missing arms. 13. It'd be fine in season 2. The character most recently died. No, we've done that. We've done that as well. 62. If we get another shit one. Oh, God. Oh, no. A nuke's hitting, guys. A nuke's hitting. Well, I guess it turned out, even though... Okay, no, I think this works out quite well. Are you ready? This is what's happening. So, they defeat the Whisperers. We think everything's over, of course. And I guess this is like... Maybe this is teased at the end of the 10th season. But at the start, it turns out a few rogue Whisperers, okay? Maybe it's... maybe it's Keith. It turns out that Keith... Oh, I haven't even got a picture of Keith. What the hell, man? And I do. Turns out that Keith, okay? Keith and the Rogue Whisperers have launched a nuke to, after Alpha and Beta are both killed and their herd is destroyed, they have one absolute backup, and that's the nuclear weapon that they've had hidden. So Keith, of course, launches his nuclear weapon. So we're having 8 deaths, okay? 8 minor deaths. 8 minor deaths. Oh, God. And 1 major death. Now, I will decide who gets to be main characters later. So, although Shay did sacrifice himself, may have been for nothing. Let's go. Who is dying in our nuclear bomb to start the season? Kelly? Okay, so Kelly's killed. Everyone else is rushing for shelter. Maybe there's only like 1 bunker. Kelly doesn't make it. Maybe it's something to do with a hearing. That's like part of the reason. That could be pretty sad. A pretty sad way to sort of start it off. Frankie also doesn't make it. Of course, that's one of Negan's wives. She gets beheaded, so, you know, she made it a little bit longer. That's nice. So, Kelly, Frankie. Who else we got? Oh, no. Rock and Roll Rhubarb. Oh, no. Rock and Roll Rhubarb is turned into Crispy Rhubarb. Who else? Duncan. Okay, so we already lose one of our tough, amazing tough, amazing Meridian fighters. Oh, is that be Daryl? Nope, we lose Nicholas. The fact that Nicholas survived this song is kind of crazy. So Nicholas and Duncan. So, no, it was Duncan. Dante, you're dead. Go away. Gregory, you died ages ago. Who else have we got? So Duncan needs to go up there, doesn't he? Oh, my brain is fried. I do apologize. Nicholas as well. Nicholas. There we go. Okay, so next up. Base is dead as well. What am I doing, guys? I completely forgot all the... I always do this, you know. I just always forget them. Herschel doesn't exist either. He died technically in season 2 because he was never conceived. I guess he would have been conceived much later than them, but whatever. Tobin! Okay. So Tobin's also killed in the nuke. The fact that he survived as well this long is kind of crazy. Where are you, Tobes? Sorry. You didn't make it. Nicholas and Tobin taken out by the nuke. That's just horrible. Poor fucking Louis is reunited with his sister, and then she's taken out by the nuke. That's just brutal, guys. Well, you never know. He might also be taken out at this rate. And Gage is taken out by the nuke. Wow, okay. And Bob Stuckey, which does not work. I'm going to veto that because obviously Bob Stuckey was banging Leah, so we can't really have that whole... Oh, I guess Lydia self-sacrifices herself to take because of the nuke, so she like self-sacrifices herself, you know, to save the others. I like that actually. I think that works. So yeah, she I don't know. Maybe they can't all fit or something. Maybe there's not enough air, and so she's like, "It's fine, I'll go." And Louis heartbroken because he knows his sister's not gonna make it, and he's like, "You want me to live without?" Maybe like he knows like she's on the radio and she's like, "I'm not gonna make it, Louis. I'm sorry. I know we literally just fucking, you know, we literally just reunited, but me and Duncan, we can't make it." So those two die, and then like Lydia does it. So Louis is absolutely heartbroken, absolutely distraught because he's lost both his sister and his girlfriend. So that's pretty sad actually. Anyway, let's move on. Who can we add to an extra... Oh, also, though, who takes out Keith? Who then kills Keith? Where is Keith? There he is. Who kills Keith after his... Laura. Okay, so Laura takes out Keith after he... after he blew up. Now, how the Whisperers got nukes, I don't know. But let's say that every community is now destroyed, pretty much. Fallout lasts, what? A couple of weeks? Fear over-exaggerates, like, what a nuclear bomb would do. Because, obviously, it's, like, nuclear irradiation. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure I know more than the fear writers. I don't know. But like, I feel like fear massively exaggerates it. But what we'll say is that all the communities are destroyed by the nuclear bomb. Except maybe, like, a shitty fucking shed outside the blast radius, a part of Alexandria that wasn't destroyed, and obviously they all come from the bunker when it's safe, and all the radiation's dissipated into the air. So that's when they decide to go on the Meridian mission, because obviously their ground is completely destroyed. They literally can't grow anything physically. So they decide to... Do we even have a Herschel? No, we don't. So they decide to go to the Meridian mission. So who gets the Gage death on the Meridian mission? Disco broccoli. So what happens, guys, is I do need to actually give some characters a bit more. So Disco broccoli. Did I ever actually add Dexter? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Listen, Dexter, I'm so sorry. Dexter Morgan and what was that guy's name? Pierre? I didn't even remember. Was it Pierre? I don't even remember. I'm just going to call him Pierre. I completely forgot to add them. Oh well, it be what it be. They're now main characters. That makes up for it. Do you want me to add one extra person to make up for it? Alexandra. It's just fucking... A mentioned character. A mentioned character. Well, that's useless. Alright. So Disco Broccoli what happens in this universe is Disco Broccoli. Okay. Wait, that's not. Hang on a minute. I've already put them there, right? I'm getting confused. So, they all go on this mission. Of course, Gabriel leads it because he's part of Meridian, and he obviously brings his Meridian people with him. And basically, Disco Broccoli gets scared. He panics. He goes the other way, and then he then reemerges. He's obviously trapped, and Gabriel doesn't release him. And he's like, "Why? Is it because I'm a fucking vegetable?" You're being a racist. Gabriel's racist to the Disco Broccoli because he's a vegetable, so he doesn't think he's of worth. So that's what happens. Disco Broccoli stabs himself, I guess, and then the walkers then like look at him and like, we're not gonna devour you because you're broccoli. And he's like, and then everyone's like, he just stabbed himself for no reason. What an idiot! Why the fuck? Why are they talking fruit and vegetables? This is crazy. What's going on, guys? So yeah, that's what happens. Funny, very funny. I know, I'm hilarious, aren't I? Who's getting cold death? Who's getting the cold death? Who's getting their hand cut off and then their throat slit? Well, this cannot happen because the babies are not going to go on the mission. But then I guess Baconberg would be all grown up now anyway, so Baconberg actually would be elevated into a main character. I'll have you know. And I guess we'll also do Connie as a main character because considering she's considering she's like one of the only Magna people left. I think there's Yumiko as well actually, but Yumiko's not going on the mission, so. Cold death. Who's getting the actual cold death? Jackie. Wow. She survived all this time. When did she come? I didn't even remember when she came. But now she's had her hand cut off and her throat slit. She was our Karen. Oh shit, she has literally been around since season 3. Probably should have been made a main character. Not gonna lie. I think I fucked up there. Oh well. Duncan Death. Who gets shish kebabbed, then bleeds out, and then stabbed in the head. Big sad. Cole it is. Can't be Sausage Burke. It's not allowed. Cole it will be. So that's Cole. Frost's death. So who gets kidnapped by the Reapers and then tortured? Oh no, we got Agatha's death first. So this person gets that's DJ, I think. Yeah. So DJ gets overwhelmed in the woods and ripped apart by walkers. Big sad. And then Frost's death. So this person gets kidnapped by the Reapers, slowly tortured, and then killed. Oh, it's Beatnik. No. All the vegetables are gone. So Beatnik is kidnapped by the Reapers. They are like absolutely amazed by the fact that there's like a talking vegetable. And then they start torturing him. Maybe they start like chipping him slowly and eating parts of him. Maybe that's how they do it. Yeah. And eventually he's killed. Very sad. Anyway, who kills Pope? We got plenty of options here. I normally add Laura, but oh well. Not Laura. Leah. Carol. Okay, so she's going off the deep end. Carol takes out Pope. Maybe she flirts with Pope first. I kind of like that. Seducing Pope just to take him out. And then who kills them? Brandon Carver. I can't believe that Hamburg's alive. We don't even need a Hamburg rewrite now because he's survived. He basically took over half the Laura one. Bob Stuckey. Okay, so Bob Stuckey takes out Carver, which is kind of crazy. And then who gets the Alden death? It can't be Carol or Bob or Laura. Damn, Andrea? So I guess Andrea got injured on that mission. And then eventually they see that she's didn't make it and she died. That is pretty sad. And Gabriel, maybe Gabriel's crying. When did Andrea come in again? This is the problem with doing the Lantern things. I just forget like where every character who every character replaced. She replaced Nabila, so she was in the kingdom the whole time. So I guess Gabriel wouldn't even know her that well, really. So I don't even think he'd be that sad about it. Maybe Laura would be quite sad about it, though. I don't know. Maybe they've been good friends. It's hard to get into the nitty-gritty of the details when you've got so many fucking characters. This is why I like to... I might in the future... I should have probably said this at the start of the video. I might reduce the amount of characters, like deaths and stuff we do, and the amount of characters we have here, and stick to like main and like notable characters. Because as fun as like some of the meme and smaller characters are, I think we should probably leave those like chaos roles instead. I don't know. Maybe that way it might be a bit more manageable. Yeah, I don't know. Just a thought. I might make these videos shorter as well. Anyway, who kills Toby Carson? Whilst we're doing that, we might as well do the Marco death. Who kills Toby Carson? Laura. Okay, pretty cool. So Laura takes out him. And then later on... Oh no. Mercer is killed by Leah. Oh, that's crazy. That's different. So Mercer... Wait a minute. Who went to the... Yeah, Louis. So, I did record the rest of this video, but as you can see, it somehow got to 3 hours. I'm very ill, and I basically fucked up and didn't unmute my mic. I've done this before. In the end, Dexter Morgan died, along with Mercer. Daryl died. Hamburg died as well. That was pretty sad. They all died. Yeah, this wasn't my strongest rewrite. I think I do need to reduce the formula. I think it's too big. Apologies for those 2 people who did pay for the Laura rewrite. In the end, the governor of the Commonwealth turned out to be none other than... Notes, hang on. Oh, God. The governor of the Commonwealth turned out to be none other than Negan. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Ozzy and Daryl died in the finale, as well as Hamburg and Dexter Morgan. And also Sausage Burke, who's obviously Coco, she died too. So Laura was left with 1 child, no husband, very, very sad. So a pretty depressing ending for Laura, but she did survive in the end. And that's the rewrite. I know, I fucked up. Didn't fucking mute. Forgot to unmute my mic. Stupid me. But there you have it. 3-hour bloody rewrite on Laura. Don't know how I got this long. Yeah, I need to figure out the formula. It's too much at the moment. These videos are getting a bit too much for me to do weekly. You got to think I don't do YouTube full time, so I need to I think I need to reduce them to an hour because 3 hours is too much. Anyway, goodbye.